It says we're live. Did something go wrong? I can't hear you. Hey, I can't hear you now. I can hear you the whole time. Okay, guys, we're having technical difficulties. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear Don. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Well, it's just me, guys, until Don figures out what the technical difficulties is. But look at me. Oh, I like it. I feel like I'm glowing and stuff, y'all, today. Listen, y'all know I've been traveling all over the U.S., going here and there, and my last trip was to Denver, and y'all, it took me 2 days to recover. Like I'm too old to be doing all them shots and all that stuff I was doing. Like just Lord help the child. Like I really had to ask the Lord to help me because it was out of control. Like my life is just too much right now. So we're here. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, the mystical snail. I think that is. I don't even know who that is. I can't even lie to you and tell you who I think that is. Hi, Nikki Spa. Hi, Quinn. Hi, oh my gosh. Hey, Quinn. Hey, Sharon Go. Hey, Brittany Kettle. And that's it thus far. So we're just waiting on Don to come on. And, oh, here goes some more people. Oh, shoot. Hey, Pam. Oh, you said you heard Don while the music was playing. Travel, but oh my goodness, my liver is still in recovery. You are right. Listen, I went to the doctor today, and my my doctor said, "How much do you drink?" I said, "Occasionally." She said, "Well, what do you do?" I said, maybe one drink a day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday." She said, "That's not occasionally. That's regularly." I said, "Well, your regularly is my occasionally because I was drinking every single day. So when I that's the weekend. Thursday through Sunday is the weekend. I don't know what y'all talking about." I have more days on my weekend than y'all do. So I don't know what y'all talking about. But she was like, honey, that's regularly. Well, it's not excessive, so let's not use those words. How about that? And thank you, Samantha. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I have not lost any, well, not enough weight to even make sense, like maybe 5 or 6 pounds. But when I did go in, my A1C did go down after all that rich eating in New Orleans and all of that. Hi, Arkeisha. Hi, Umber. Hi, Samantha. After all of that rich food and alcohol and everything else I was doing, my A1C still went down. And I was like, Lord, that is a miracle. That had to be my higher power being like, let me fix her before this doctor throw her in the food jail and wire her jaw shut because the Lord help the child. I was eating like it was no crazy. Let me tell you, you ain't had no good bread pudding till you don't have some bread pudding in New Orleans at that place that we went to for Don's birthday. Like it was delicious. And so, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. But yes, I am on the mend. Back to listen. I got a bottle of water right here, and this is cranberry juice with no vodka or no nothing in it. It's just regular cranberry juice, y'all. Because my whole all my cells just need to be rinsed off. Like just running them all under a bottle of water and get them back in order because they is out of control right now. Just seriously out of control. Oh my gosh, Umber, we listen. Every time she posts something, I'll be like, "Oh, another trip, another trip." The next trip is to Utah. We're going on the ice, and then I'm trying to get on this LA trip, and then I'm gonna have to settle down and sit down for a little while. But I am going to see Wanda Sykes this week. She coming to Phoenix, and I'm excited to see her. So me and Keena will be going to see Wanda Sykes. I think everybody else is going to see somebody else. So I'm excited about that. But then after that, I wish I could tell you I'm gonna sit down, but I'm probably not. I'm just not. And then today, I also went to the doctor, and she was like, y'all know I like ice all the time. And I kept telling you, I know I'm not anemic. She told me my hemoglobin level was so low that I was at blood transfusion level. She was like, I don't know how you have any energy. I said, Red Bull, just Red Bull and coffee, that rice coffee, all that. That rice coffee really do work on your intestines and like clearing it out and getting out the bloating and stuff. So if you haven't tried it, you should try it. It's expensive, but I did try it. But she did tell me my hemoglobin level was so low that she could have sent me for a blood transfusion. I was like, holy smokes, lady. So we're working on getting that back in order. Like it was a 7.4, and at a 7, they give you a blood transfusion. So I was out of control. So Miss Bonnie, I know you know that it was out of whack. My numbers was crazy. But I'm back on the mend, and hopefully, by the end of the month, she'll have me back all set. And she told me to, get some B12 and some B6 and drink a lot of water and get more protein. So I guess that means more steak, y'all. Steak and all that good stuff. So more protein, more protein. Hi, I-O. Is it I-O, I-M-O? Wait, I am infinity. What is I? Is it I-M-O? Nice to meet you. And Umber, thanks for inviting her. Susan Parker, nice to meet you. I don't think I've seen your name before. I just think Peter Parker, then I think Spider-Man, then I think like Marvel. So that's a good one. Everybody said, welcome back, Don.
I have no clue.
Look, technology was like, hold on, you're not ready yet.
Yes, I had no clue what happened. Lord have mercy. Sorry.
Last night technology was bad too. I keep telling everybody. Hi, who said hi, Susan? Oh, Umber said hi, Susan, but so is I don't know who Susan is.
Is Susan high? Susan, you got high? Oh, Susan Parker.
Oh, and I just said her name, Laura. I'm so sorry. Hey, Colleen, how are you? Oh, Susan, Umber invited you too. All right now, so we got a nice, good party up in here. Hi, Stephanie. All right, all right, all right. I don't know how we're gonna do our readings tonight. Just however Don decides that we're gonna do it, that's what we're gonna do. But I'm excited. I got my True Heart reading cards out by the one chick from the craft. So I'm excited about that. Oh, Don, you're selling those too?
Yeah, I've got the Tibetan bells, and I love them, and they give me such.
Baba Jolie, she does that every hour, and her readings can go long. She did a 5-hour reading the other day for all signs,
Jesus.
and every hour she cleanses with the bell.
Yeah. The other day when I was doing readings, I made sure I've been doing this ever since, and it's like it makes such a difference to cleanse readings between readings when I'm doing the fairs and things. I have those bells and I have those too. They're both there.
Okay.
Actually, these are on Amazon. You click on here, it goes to Amazon, and you buy it through there. It's just that I'm affiliated with them. So.
Oh, that's good. 5 hours, Miss Bonnie. She did 5. It was 5 over 5. It might have been closer to 6, but she did all signs. And because I was like, oh well, let me look. And when I saw it was 5 hours, I was like, I'm not even gonna try to wade through that. That's just ridiculous. Hi, Tina Shelton.
Yep. So.
All right. Well, I'm ready, Don. However you want to do it.
I am too. Whenever you guys, whatever. What do you want to do? How you want to handle it, Angie? You tell me. So.
I don't care. Just pull them up. I'm ready to read.
Let me do my. Let me set my privacy setting on Facebook to make sure that it's set properly.
Are we live on all channels? I see that we're live on.
It says we're on all.
YouTube.
It says we're on 9 channels total.
Okay, cool. Then we're moving along.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Whew, my goodness. Yeah.
Good. Y'all ready for the holiday? Like y'all ready for Thanksgiving? I do not want traditional Thanksgiving food. I want. They said we're live on Twitch too. I want something that is not, that is non-traditional. Like I want something totally different than what we normally have. So,
hey,
I haven't decided.
Samantha Madigan, I saw her on here, and Samantha Madigan sent me a email or a text or something. I think it was email after we went off the air, letting me know because I'd read something. I picked up something while I was getting ready to read her, and she didn't. At that point, it didn't resonate. Later on, she came back and said, "Hey, I think this. Now that I see it, whatever. It's amazing. It's one of those things that we appreciate, and no matter when it resonates with you guys. If you have." if something eventually does trigger, please let us know so we know that, again, give us some confirmation of things if it happens in your life, because it doesn't register at that moment. What happens is often when you're getting a reading, you're preparing yourself for what you're wanting to hear or what you're hoping to get experiences with. And it doesn't always work that way. And sometimes we get information we're totally blown sideways with. And so later on, you think it out, you think it through, or you figure it out, and you're like, oh, okay. And so it's good to have some confirmation when that happens. Again, it's not always at that moment we think of it, but let us know when you get it. Okay, that'd be nice. Hey, Kathy Lewis, how are you? Kathy Lewis is my cousin from West Virginia.
Hi, Kathy Lewis. You might be my cousin too, because my last name Lewis, and that's exactly how I spell it, Lewis. You might be my cousin way on down.
It could very well be. Michigan's not that far from West Virginia.
And my dad was from Arkansas.
Samantha says his 12-year anniversary when you said. Oh, she said it was his 12-year anniversary when you said it. 12 years from his death. So yeah, it was a day. Yeah. So with that said, we are ready. I don't know, Angie. Would you want to? Let's see. Maybe I don't know. Do you want to do the 3-card thing like you were doing last night? Give people kind of.
Oh, sure, that's fine. I love to just whatever they go give me. That's what I'm gonna take. I call them all in.
So why don't we do that? Explain what it is we're gonna do, Angie, so people will understand.
Which one do we want to do? Because we did several of them last night. We did one where we did your what's your secret desire? What's the obstacle that's keeping you from it? And what's the outcome to getting to that obstacle? Then we did another one where it was what is your what you bring to the world, what you bring out in other people, and what is your joy. So I changed it into purpose, plan, and action. So your purpose is what you bring to the world. Your plan is what you bring out in others. And then your action was what brings you joy, or like how you accomplish your purpose in life. So we did those 3 cards, and I'm always down for a past, present, future. Umber said do the sun, moon, and star one. For the sun, moon, and star, I asked you what resonated more with you. Which word resonated more with you, sun, moon, or star? So once you decided which word resonated with you, I had a reading that was associated with it. So if you pick the sun, you got a finance reading. If you pick the moon, you got a love reading, or love relationship, or kind of self-love kind of thing. And then if you pick the stars, you got a reading from your higher self. So we did a whole bunch of them last night. So I don't care either way, or just whatever comes to mind, I'm with it.
Hey, I want to go back. I want to also come back and close the circle. For those of you who remember, on Wednesday and Thursday, I spoke of my presentation on affirmations on Friday. It turned out really well. We had over 50 people in attendance, and I was just in a really good energy space, which was nice. And the people were in really good energy themselves. They wanted to hear about it, and we had a great talk. And did some readings after. People wanted me to do readings for them afterwards, so I did. But I spoke on affirmations and how affirmations work, and energy and all those things. And it was a little more polished than the first one I gave. And I thought, it's interesting when you have time to look over what you've given in the past, presentation-wise, the little things that made sense and other ways in which to arrange them. So it turned out really well. It's interesting because the person who was before me who presented, she was presenting on healing with tuning forks, energy healings with tuning forks, which was quite an interesting concept. But Lord have mercy, the woman was sweet as can be, but she was a little dry, I guess you'd say, And so the energy level was like,
Did you shake your forearm down and dance and get the vibration out?
Exactly. So what I did is I kind of did a church thing, right? And so when I first came on, I'm like, okay, if you are comfortable with touching, I'm listening to my microphone because somebody was saying I keep cutting in and out, and maybe because my microphone's moving. So she said, I I said, if you're comfortable touching the person beside you, touching people, because you never know how people are these days with the touching,
Touch your neighbor and tell him the Lord said he coming.
Exactly. I felt like I was in church again too. I even said that later on. But I said, if you feel comfortable, touch the person, shake the hand of the person to your right and your left, and say good morning and welcome them in, right? And as everybody started talking, and all of a sudden, and I said, now when we're done, I said, now y'all feel like you're in church again, right? And they're like, yeah. And I said, now what you did is you just helped me prove my argument about energy. When I stepped up here, everybody was just kind of warm. And now that I've had you introduce yourselves and share the energy, everybody now is up and happy and on fire. And I said, that's what we're talking about today, is the energy, because affirmations are about our body's energy. And it was the perfect lead-in. It just really worked out really well. It kind of made the point for me. So it was good. It was good. So, and then Susan's like, when we're done, Susan's like, she said, man, those women were all over you. She's something like that. And she's like, they thought you were hot and you were this. I'm like, and Susan's like, no, he's taken. I said, Lord have mercy. That was crazy. I'm like, I don't recall
it's cuffing season, Don. People need somebody to cuddle with.
Exactly. And I'm a big old bear.
Listen, that don't mean that it's a nice pool out there either. Lord help the child.
I'm telling you. So anyway, it was a really good experience. So I just want to share with everybody that the experience went well, and we're looking at maybe doing a psychic fair in that space somewhere in early January. And so we're having a lunch next week with her to talk about nailing things down. But it looks like we're gonna do it there. So we'll see. So with that,
and you have a psychic fair this weekend.
Yes, I do. Thanks for reminding me. And my commercial is not uploaded, so unfortunately, but I do. I have a psychic fair that's coming. We have a psychic fair that's coming at Awakenings Bookstore. So
Sherry Berry's going to be there with her teas. So she's busy making her teas right now. So Miss Sherry Berry's going to be there also.
I love it. I'm glad she is. Yeah, it's going to be a good experience. It's the 11/11 portal, folks. So Saturday is going to be full of crazy energy. Make sure if you're not doing something metaphysical, then go out and find something metaphysical. Do something.
We talked about it in class last night. If you guys didn't come to class, you missed it. We had a good time in class last night. It was really fun. We had a nice group of people. Technology tried to kick our butt, but we were really, really good in class last night. Pam, we missed you last night in class too.
Hey, Pam, nice to see you. Nice to see you. And Pam looked good at the event, didn't she? With that long gown and those cowboy boots. I'm like, yes. And Angie was showing some skin and looking good. And Umber was showing some skin. I'm like, damn.
We had a good listen. Me and Umber, we walked all over the place. We were a dynamic duo, me and Umber. We were just out and about having a good time.
It was quite an experience. I tell you,
wait, Pam says she coming here.
I'll be there next week.
You coming to Arizona, Pam? Yeah, I'm trying to give my liver a rest. Now Pam talking about she coming here.
Pam, are you coming to Arizona? Arizona? Or are you going back to New Orleans?
Oh.
Which is it, Pam? Charlie's Angels on
Bourbon. I'll see you next week. So she's coming here? Charlie's Angels. Oh my goodness. Oh, they did call us that. We were walking down Bourbon Street. It was me, Lavita, and Umber. And this guy was severely drunk too, but he called us Charlie's Angels, and he tried to get us into coming to this club. I felt like he was trying to take us into the metaverse. I couldn't do it.
Oh my goodness. Well, it was good. It was a good experience.
Oh, she said she'll be back in class next week. Lord, we totally went way off the rails.
Pam, we already have plans.
She was in Orlando last weekend. Pam traveling too. Don't sleep on Pam traveling. She traveling.
Yeah. You went with Brenda, right? Brenda went with you. You went with Brenda.
Oh yeah, Miss Brenda went. Okay. She said she'll come to AZ after her foot surgery. When is that, Pam?
Lolo.
Bonnie, don't laugh at us. You know we all over the place. We think everybody coming to see us because we is the star of the show.
I don't know. When I saw LOLOL, I was thinking that's Lolo's chicken. And I was like, because that took me back to lunch.
Listen, didn't it make you think of Lolo's really quick? I didn't want to be greedy like that, but it made me think of that too. I'm never going to turn down chicken and waffles, people. Never.
No, no.
How
That's
is,
a,
11/21 is her surgery. How is the moving sale going? Is it over Bonnie? She was having her moving sale. And when is your last day here in Arizona?
yeah, Pam, you can jump online with us. You'd have a good
Come
time.
on in. You about to do some readings, Pam? Come on in here.
Come on in, Pam. You want a link? I'll send you a link. She's like, be careful what you ask for, Pam. You may get it.
Oh, she said she's doing it again this Friday. So Bonnie, if you're in Arizona, Bonnie is doing another moving sale. She's posted on Facebook where it is and how to contact her. She said the moving sale is the 27th and 28th again. So she's gonna have another moving sale. Oh no, she's moving on the 27th and 28th, but this Friday she's having another day of the sale. And Bonnie had some good stuff. Like she had lots of tarot cards and stuff for sale. I think she even had golf clubs for sale. Bonnie had a whole bunch of good stuff for sale. So you might want to check it out. She had furniture and all kinds of stuff that she was getting rid of. So if
Mhm.
you're looking for anything, to replace in your house or just to spruce up or whatever, Miss Bonnie had a whole bunch of good stuff. So check on Facebook on her page um, and see what item she has for sale.
Super. Well, folks,
Okay,
since
I'm
we have,
ready to go.
like I say, since we've gotten a little bit, we have so much information already hit us. What we'll do is starting now, if you would like a reading, let us know. So we're going to start the list
Go ahead and
from
put
now.
your stuff in there and we'll get it ready.
Exactly. Exactly. The mystical
Snail?
nail
All right. Okay,
and
Mr. Snail.
Samantha and Quinn. Absolutely.
All right.
First three right
Okay.
up. Brenda, yep. Good. Gotcha. And Spencer, gotcha. Good.
I don't
There's,
remember the name Spencer. Nice to
I
meet
don't
you.
either.
Crystal, Monique, it was nice meeting you. Oh, wow. Don, are you pinning these? Because they're coming.
I'm gonna have to pin them exactly.
Susan Parker. Hey, Sandra. Is it Alina? All right. All right, let's go. So I think our first person was, wait, who was it? The mystical snail. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do.
Immediately I heard past, present, future for you. And then I heard they showed me the three of swords. So are you getting over a heartbreak? That was the first thing they showed me was a heartbreak. You're on your way to the Ten of Pentacles. So for me, they're telling you need to concentrate on your money or your abundance more than your love life. But they're making me seem like you're getting over a heartbreak, and that um, it wasn't necessarily devastating, but it was a heavy thing for you. You seem to be working through it pretty good. You are reminiscing a bit because they're showing me the Six of Cups, which means that you're thinking back on it. Did I make the right decision? It's that season where we want to be in love, we want to be loved, we want to travel with somebody, we want to snuggle with somebody, and so you're thinking back on the good times of the situation, but forgetting why you actually broke off. And they're saying, um, don't mind why you did it. Just know that you made a good decision when you did it and move on. But the one card that popped out was the Ten of Pentacles. So you're definitely on your way to getting um, to your abundance. I keep hearing the word new job, and now they're showing me the page of wands. So there should be information coming in about a new job. Are you seeking a new job, or have you just like kind of been mentally thinking about it? Because they're kind of showing me like your head being opened up down the middle, and then like your guides probing through your thoughts and seeing that that's what you're thinking about, but you
Mhm.
haven't put any action to it. So I see them putting a flame under your feet to say we need to put a fire under your feet to get you moving and get you looking for a new job. So they're saying you need to expand, and then they're showing me expanding, like they're pulling the walls apart. They're very visual tonight. The, pulling your walls apart where you need to expand and allow more room and look a little bit wider forward. And now's a good time to do it before we get deep into that holiday season where they're like, oh, well, wait till January. You still have a couple weeks where you could do good. Every day I email out job offers. I'm not sure what your industry is, but City of Phoenix is always hiring. Zip Recruiter is always sending me stuff. E-Teams is always sending me stuff. Robert Half is always sending me stuff. So all these places are hiring. The medical field is in dire need of individuals to work, and so there is a lot of people that are looking for jobs. It's just where do you want to go and what do you want to do and how do you want to do it. There's even still a lot of work from home jobs, whether you know it or not. So they're saying we need to put a little fire under your feet to get you moving and to get you looking for a job and get your resume out to more people. Talk about it enough. You need to speak it up, like you're thinking it. They had to go in and look and see that that's what you wanted. You're not speaking on it enough. And you're kind of in that kind of Charlie Brown mode that, oh well, you know, kind of whatever happens happens. And they're saying you need to be a little bit more proactive about what's going on in your future. Like, what are you speaking into existence? How do you want it to manifest for you? Because if you're saying that everything is okay, or you're not speaking anything that you want, then they're not giving you anything because you're not asking for anything. You have not because you ask not. If you don't ask your mom for a snack, then how are you going to get the snack? Like, you have to speak what you want so that they can give it to you. So they want you to be more vocal, put a little bit more action or fire under your feet. And then the new job is coming because they are showing me the page of pentacles. I'm sorry, the page of wands, which is creativity, which is news, which is that business sense. So it is all coming for you. I heard in 6 months' time you'll be in a totally different financial bracket than you're in now, and so that'll take you through like May, March, April, May, or June, somewhere around that time, where you'll have a better financial future. But it depends on the decisions that you're making now. So I'm telling you these things can happen, but if you don't make the decisions to make them happy, then nothing's going to happen for you. So that's what I got for her now.
What the I got for the three cards. I've these three, and these three are first and foremost the Five of Swords, which is surrender, because change is coming. You got to surrender. You got to just start doing something different, because again, this is change. So, but this is your change. You change. You institute the change. So I'm like, surrender and stop fighting this situation and start making the changes to make the situation work to your advantage. And when you do, you'll see things balance out in your life, because I think your life is a little out of balance from what I'm seeing. And again, if you surrender to the fact that you can't control everything, but you can make some changes here, when you do that and you surrender to that, you bring about the change you need. And once you bring about the change you need, again, your finances will come into balance. But if you don't, then you're going to continue to fight against you. And those, for folks who are curious about what deck I'm using a deck that I bought just the other day. It was a used deck, believe it or not. It had so much energy. And it's called the, what was it called? I'm looking it up here. The Tarot of Dreams deck. This is it. It's very cool. I love it. Yeah, the images are amazing. I mean, look at this. This is the six of coins. See it?
Oh, I like that.
And then this is look at this, the Five of Swords. What a different way of seeing that, you know? And look at this one. That's the Death card. Again, it's fascinating. So this deck has so much power. I came home. Look at the Ace of Wands. I came home with this deck and I put it out and I'm like, okay, let me get some energy. Let me change it. Let me feel it. And but these images just kept resonating with me. And I'm thinking, holy crap, I see things that I haven't seen in so many other decks, you know? So this is such a fascinating deck. If you have a chance, you should check it out, you know? And again, this is where you can find it on Amazon, by the way. And again, if you buy something on Amazon that I post here, I get a little bit of something, but most importantly, it makes the affiliate status work, you know. So that's all that's about. It's making it easier to find it. But this is what we use. What deck do you use?
Tupac and Marilyn Monroe on your show?
It is. Yes, indeed.
Oh my gosh! Every time I see that, that is such a different combination for me.
Yeah.
When I see that is so nice. I kept seeing Tupac's head, and I was like, I think that's Marilyn Monroe. I like that. That is so cool.
I got that New Orleans right there on. Canal Street, I guess is what it's called.
Oh yeah, I remember all the people out there selling it. I remember that because they had one of Biggie too.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
We,
seeing those. Oh, okay,
we
I
got we got Michael
remember
we
that.
got Michael a shirt that was really cool too. It's a little different. Yeah, they had some really cool T-shirts. I mean, and I'm into T-shirts, so it was I like
Of
finding those
course.
things. Angie,
All
what deck are
right.
you using today?
I have the True Heart one by the lady from the craft. It's the True Heart deck. So that's the one that was calling to me today, and I'm so excited. I ordered 3 new decks. I'm just waiting on them to be delivered. They may even actually be in my mailbox. But I'm excited. But I always wanted that Gilded Tarot deck, and so I finally got that one. And then I ordered 2 of the beginner decks that have the different information on there. And
Like
so
this
I
one?
got 2 of those. Yep. I got that one and another one that has different information, but it's still a learner's deck.
Yeah, this one's interesting. This one has for folks who are getting ready or want to start to learn. Well, this with this deck here, as you look at the top, it gives you the meaning of the card, and then the card
Mhm.
itself, and then some of the significant factors of the card, and then some other keywords as well as some. This one specifically gives you the zodiacs, the chakra that it resonates with, and other things, and the elements. So this one gives you numerology, elements, and chakras and zodiacs, as well as keywords, titles, and instructions. So this
And
is
the
kind of a
other
cool
one
deck.
that I got, I think the one thing that it added was like a time frame, like the time frame that that card ruled. I had never seen that before.
Right.
So each card has like a date or a couple weeks that it's supposed to rule in each month
Mm-hmm.
or time frame. And so I got that one, and it actually explains what the numerology is. So like if there if it's like a 16, it'll explain to you what a 16 is. That too.
Right. And the cool part about these decks like this, folks, is that when you get a deck like this, there is the Rider Waite, which is this deck. Okay, this is a standard Rider Waite. And then
Love
when
it. My
you see the
favorite.
training deck, they take the Rider Waite and then impose it in the center and then explain
Yep.
because you
Yep.
learn about the symbology of Rider Waite, which is again one of the oldest core decks. But the good thing about this deck and any deck like this is that you will not be married to this deck. That's the way to. This is a way to get comfortable with learning the deck, but it also gives you comfort with learning your intuition with the deck. Because when you use a deck like this,
Yep.
at first you read it as you're using it, and eventually you surrender to it because you're like, I don't need to read it anymore, because your confidence comes up because when you see it, you feel it. And as you feel it, you let the intuition run. When Angie and I are reading, we do not necessarily stick to the meanings of what this card may theoretically mean to everybody else, because that's not what Spirit's doing for us. Our Spirit is saying, hey, I'm going to get you use this as a kickstart. You start the conversation and I'll fill in the gaps. And that's
Yep.
how Angie and I read. We don't read based solely on what the card means, because to me, that's a tarot reader. A tarot reader is somebody who only reads the tarot specifically based on what the card says and nothing more. But that is something that anybody can do. Automatons can do that. That's just AI can do that. What we do, and what a lot of readers we know do, and most of the people that we work with do, is that we read based on what Spirit tells us that card means for you specifically. So if I read a magician for you and then I read a magician for somebody else, that doesn't mean you both got the same card, because you got the same card doesn't mean you got the same card meaning wise.
Or you didn't get the same, you definitely didn't get the same reading. And a lot of times I don't even pull the cards. My guys will show me the cards that they're wanting you to know, or and then as they're showing me the cards, they're explaining to me in my head what it is that I need to say to you. So they'll show me the Page of Wands, and whatever the traditional meaning of it may not say that. It may say something totally different, and I tell you what they're saying to me. But someone asked what's the best first deck, and this is it. This learner's deck is good. I always like a traditional Rider Waite deck, and this is like traditional Rider Waite on steroids, because you get the Rider Waite, you get the meanings, and you get all this other information on the other side of it that helps you out as you're learning how to do it.
Yep.
And so it helps you where and sometimes I pull it out because sometimes I'm stumped by the meanings of it. And there's even this one guy, Nicholas Ashbaum, that I follow. He'll pull out a deck like this, and then in the corner, he'll still have the traditional Rider Waite meaning of it, because he's like, sometimes it's just easier to explain it in that way, because you get the meanings a little bit better. So,
Yeah.
traditional Rider Waite is always the best deck for me as far as your first deck, and
Yep.
that's what I had.
Yeah, no, I think that anybody, when I teach my class, I teach a class as Angie knows, I teach a class on card reading, on tarot reading, and I haven't taught it in about a year now. But I used to teach it like every 3 months, and I would teach it, and it would run for 6 weeks. And I would suggest everybody get a rider weight for the class because first of all, it's a standard deck. Everybody gets the same deck. It's easy to use. But again, the rider weight has so many hidden symbols and things that buried into it that as you learn to read with the rider weight, you learn again to read symbology, to understand symbology, and then connect with spirit in a way that you wouldn't. Because other decks, some decks are created, and I'm not putting them down, but some decks are created with these great visuals, but they're just a visual with no real meaning to it. And that's okay if you're further along because you don't need all of the symbology. But if you are starting, again, to give you the confidence, again, even as a starter, you don't need it, but to give you the confidence, it's nice to have the fallback of the symbology. But eventually, when you communicate with spirit and spirit start talking to you, you don't need, you can play with a regular deck of cards. I could read right now for anybody with a regular deck of cards or nothing. Angie and I do psychic reads. I mean, that's the same thing. It's that some people want to see the cards. I read from Angie, you may remember this. I had an amazing read for somebody. And she said, show me the cards. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't use cards. And they wanted me to give her, she wanted a reading on cards because I don't know why, but she just had an amazing
That
psychic read
happened
with
to
me.
me.
Like, what
It
the
happened
hell?
to me. She was like, "Can you?" I gave her I thought it was a fantastic read, in depth, personalized to her. And when I was done, she said, "Can you still pull two cards for me?"
Yes. It's like, damn, you're getting it from the direct source and you want a conduit? It's like, what? I don't know.
And
So,
my guys immediately said, "No, don't pull no cards for her. She take what she got." And like my guys are very, very realistic with what they're saying. Like I'm giving you the word directly from the higher power, directly, created for you or accustomed to you, and you want me to go and pull out some cards because you need to visually see it. So we
exactly.
definitely, you have to adjust. So
Using
however they want to give it to me that day, I'll take it. Some days it's all songs, some days it's all vision, some days it's cards, some days it's everything, and some days they like you figure it out on your own, smarty pants. And I'm like, okay, well, it's
exactly.
all cards today.
What I was just using, folks, is Palo Santo. By the way, I was just kind of trying to again the energy. There's a really strange energy in here tonight, and I know what it is and who it is. I know who it belongs to, but they're very strong tonight, and they're kind of like they're just laying back on my shoulders, and it's like enough. Give me some
Oh
space.
no.
Yeah, it's a heavy energy, So,
All right.
whew.
Well, who's next? The mystical snail. I hope we helped you out. I hope you find a job, and I hope you come back and tell us that you got something good. But I do feel like you need to be a little bit more proactive in your job search and where you're looking or how you're looking. Um, and they're saying don't fear temporary jobs because a lot of my jobs were temp before I got permanent, or they were temp and they immediately led to permanent. So take those opportunities. And for me, I think temp jobs give you a little bit more variety because you can decide, oh, well, you know what, this isn't a good fit. I'm just going to go ahead and leave. Or,
Mhm.
you get to explore a lot of different jobs while you're trying to figure out what you exactly like. So temp jobs aren't bad for me.
Our reader next is Samantha.
Samantha.
Samantha Mardigan.
So they showed me a boat, and the boat was trying to take you to more tranquil waters, and you're outside the boat. You're trying to climb back in the boat, and you keep getting tired. You pull yourself up, and just as before you get back in the boat, you sink back down in the water. And they're saying do whatever you need to do to pull yourself out of that water and get back in. It doesn't seem like they're offering you any assistance back up because I feel like they've offered you a lot of assistance and you've been like it's like they'll give you the exact direction that you want to go and then you won't do it or you'll go and ask somebody else. And so it looks like maybe you were standing on a ladder or some kind of step stool and now it's from up under, and they're like, however you need to get back in the boat, you need to get back on the boat and then we'll get you to where you need to be, but we're not helping you back in the boat anymore because the way they're showing it to them is either you're in the boat and you're letting it fill with water and you're working hard to get the water out, which is a lot of emotional issues, or they keep putting you back in the boat and you keep jumping back into the mess. And so at this point, your higher power is like, we're going to let you struggle a little bit. And then once you get back in the boat, we'll put you back on calmer waters and move you to where you want to be. But at this point, they're allowing you to feel the pinch of whatever it is that you keep putting yourself into. Because just like we get tired of stuff, our guys get tired, not necessarily tired, but if they're rescuing you from the same thing over and over again, they're feeling like you're not learning your lesson. So we're not going to rescue you. We're not going to let you go under, but we're not going to rescue you. We're going to let you feel the struggle. And then when you get back on solid footing and you're ready for us to help you, we'll help you, because at this point we're just doing the same thing over and over. We're a hamster on a wheel. So they show you struggling trying to get in the boat. The water is not even raging anymore. They've calmed the water for you, so that's not a problem for you. But they're saying as soon as they get you out of the mess, you jump right back into it. And so at this point, they're going to let you struggle a little bit. And then once you're ready to get back in the boat, they're going to move you forward. So that's how they keep showing me. They just keep showing me the boat and you trying to get back in the boat. So that's what I got for Samantha.
Super. Let me see what I get for Samantha.
Hey, Becca.
Okay, Samantha. Samantha, do you have a son? Is there a son or a grandson? Because I'm getting some sun energy, sun S-O-N energy, but younger, and I don't remember exactly your age range, so I don't know. But I'm getting a message about a son or a grandson. So this is going to be
you don't have a grandson either, Samantha?
Let me get back to the chats here.
I did hear you're not being punished. They are saying you're not being punished, but you are being taught to learn your lesson. She says one daughter, no grandkids.
Huh. I'm getting something about a is the daughter married then, or is she? Because again, I'm getting a son energy, so it could be son-in-law. But yeah, there's a young man. Son.
She says she's single.
Well, I hope she's old enough to date, because I get the energy that there's a guy that is coming around her that she's going to be dating, and he's going to be somebody who if he's very strong-willed, very determined, a young man. He's a hardworking young man who will serve her well, and she needs and he respects her as a strong woman. Apparently, your daughter is again a strong-willed woman. And he doesn't have a problem with that. He's showing me a very comfortable man in his own right. So he's coming into the picture. If he's not already there, then he's coming into the picture. She knows him. She knows him through something about school or education or something. So I don't know if she's involved in school or she's going to go back to school or something. Or maybe they went to school together. But I see her meeting him and knowing him through school. He's somebody who is, it's a bit rigid, a bit again strong, a little bit overbearing, but he's a good guy overall. He's a little immature, but that's going to be okay as well. But no, that's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up a new relationship there. I'm picking up a new relationship for her, and again, it's somebody that she's known because of an education situation. That's kind of what I'm getting. When is this happening? By the way, when is this happening? I'm talking to Spirit. Spirit, let me know what's happening. December, January timeframe. So don't be surprised, December, January timeframe.
She said good. The last one was not good.
Well, this one is. This one's going to be good. But again, he's going to be a little bit strong-willed, which could be a little bit off-putting because she's strong-willed as well. And so the two of them are going to be, they're going to have their moments. They're going to have their moments, but not in not a physical way. Thank God, they're not that kind. They're just like they're very determined. Okay, so there you go. That's what I'm picking up for you. So yeah, it wasn't for you, Samantha, unfortunately, but there is a man coming for your daughter. So that's a new person for your daughter. That's what I'm picking up. All righty then. So Angie, you said that deck that you were talking about is it the Good Karma deck? Is that the one you said?
The one that I'm using now?
The one from the Craft Woman, about the craft?
Oh, it's the True Heart. It's the True Heart deck.
Okay.
And so, and because her name is Rachel True. So it's called the True Heart deck. It was gifted to me on my birthday this year. My best friend bought it for me. And it's just by Rachel True. And it's a pretty good deck. It took me a long time. Like it has a book about this size. And and I really had to read it. I think Alicia has it too. And I just could not connect with it until I read it. It was very, I had to read all of the pages before we got to the cards and some of the spreads and stuff, and her understanding as to why she made the deck. So it was really hard connecting to it. But now that I am, it really seems to be good. I kind of put my light seers to the side a little bit, and those are so worn. I'm gonna have to order another set of those because they're all bent up. And then I kind of put my Modern Witch Tarot deck to the side, and then I lost two of the cards to my classic Rider-Waite, so that's why I had to order 3 new decks, is because I lost 2 cards, and so I always need to keep a classic Rider-Waite. Yep, Light Seers.
That's Light Seers, right? And then also this one. That's a good. This one's a fun deck.
I love that one. Yeah, I used to see Shauna with it all the time, and one of the other ladies that was Anita in our class, and I used to be like, I want that, and I finally got it, and I love it too. Yep, I love both of them.
And this one is the one. This one is the one with the woman who's pregnant, right?
Yes, the Empress. She is in her belly is the world. Yes, I love that one. Yeah,
that card, that one card makes this deck so amazing.
Yeah, I like that. And then for the Modern Witch, all of the characters are women.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yep. It's interesting. When I saw this deck first, I bought it for Shauna. The one Shauna uses is when I bought her, because when I saw this and Shauna had one time had hair like this, I'm like, that's Shauna right there. I'm like, I gotta get it.
I love it. Love it. Yes.
It has a lot of good energy. A lot of good energy. So these are
this one is a little bit softer, more loving, True Heart. So today I was just attracted to it, and it's been speaking to me very well. Oh yeah, Bonnie does use the Light Seers deck a lot in her weekly readings. Yeah, and listen, if you want to get a reading, go to Calling All Angels. She does her weekly readings for love, and they are very in depth. Like you get a very good, almost personal reading from Miss Bonnie,
especially for the love readings. Exactly. And she was on. They were on this morning. They were on this morning, by the way. Yes. So this is the one, right?
Yeah, that's it. True Heart. Intuitive. Yeah, that's her. It's a really good deck. I love it. And it's the Rachel True, the black chick from the Craft.
The Craft.
And, she talks about why she made it, and I really took some time to connect to it. But I like how she does her deck too. So this is like the Temperance card. She has some really good things. I really like the way that she does like the 8 of Swords. Oh my gosh, some of them are just really good cards in there. But the one that really got me was the 8 of Swords. It really stuck out to me when I first saw it. Like, oh my gosh, this card is beautiful. Because you're being lifted up out of it.
Oh yes, you showed me that one before. I love that one.
Being rescued in this one. I love her.
And those are birds, right? The birds.
Yep. The birds pulling you out, so that's your higher power lifting you up out of it. So I love the way she does that. And there's a couple other cards that she does very well that I like. So the True Heart deck, I really do like it.
Yeah. So folks, this is how you can get a hold of the True Heart deck as well. Yep. So next,
Sandra said she has the True Heart deck, and Pam said her dog ate that deck. And they're a nice, like the card stock is really nice too. They're glossy, but it's a nice card stock, and it's a thick deck too. It's really thick. You can't have
Yep.
tiny
For
hands
me,
with these reads.
for me, as y'all know, I use the rider weight, as you guys remember. We saw, and that's already here, but also this dream, the dreams of tarot. But as Angie knows, my go-to is the gilded tarot, and
Oh, and I just got turn that around for me, Don. I think that's the one I got. It's really, really nice. That might be it.
yeah. Look at these. These images are
yeah.
just phenomenal. Look at this. This is the lover's card. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
amazing.
God.
You know?
Fire Spawn says she didn't know that the actress from The Craft had a deck. I didn't either. I got it as a gift, and had my friend not bought it for me, I would not have known. And I think it's a new deck, relatively new, because when she bought it for me, she found that Rachel True was actually tweeting about it on her on Twitter when it was still Twitter, and talking about it. And I really do like it, but it does take a minute to connect to it. Like her energy is really, like she's very, or the cards are very specific in that you need to read the book some before you actually start to break into them.
Yeah, yep. And the most important thing when you get a new deck, by the way, if you order a new deck and it comes in, make sure that you play with it a little bit. Make sure that you use it. It can be a fun deck like this one, the pulp deck, which is quite fun. Angie, Shauna uses this one too.
Shauna uses that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is fun and has great images. But if you get something like this that's fun, or something again like this is very serious, or the basic rider weight, or even this one, which is very kitschy, it's a tattoo deck, which I have this one, and this one, the cardstock is very thick, so you have to really shuffle harder. It takes, and it's like this. The deck is like twice as thick, you know. But and some of those, actually, some of those images aren't the most impressive, but they're fun. But every deck has its own feel. So when you get your deck, no matter what deck you get, make sure that you take the time and you play with the deck and you feel the deck, and just sit and watch TV and shuffle if you want. Make sure you're shuffling. Make sure that you're doing those things, because all of those things are what helps the cards connect with your energy and vice versa. You know, and that's really important. When somebody sits down in front of me for a reading, after I've rung the bells, before they sit down, sometimes I'll ring them right at their chest level, and I'll open their hearts. I will sit there and talk with them, not because I need to necessarily talk with them, and I don't want them to give me information. I just a conversation of how are you and those things, because as I talk, I'm getting that energy in the deck, and that's what we do. Is that energy? The deck has to get the energy in it, otherwise, you know, you have a problem. So there you go. So with that said, next in line is...
We got another poacher on your Facebook.
Oh, I'll take a look.
Crystal Smith, Luridius. Okay, Quinn, are you here? Are you ready for your reading? Let's see what we got. I'm going to go straight to the cards. Oh, wait.
Oh, I say, just before we do that, I just want to show them a little new video I have.
A little love.
A little
I like
love.
the purple too, Don.
You're a paper airplane and I'm a 747. Don't you ever think you're anything like me just because you can fly a little.
Goodness, I love that woman. I love her.
I love it.
And then, of course, let's not forget T.S. Madison, who says it straight out, more directly.
Resume is equivalent to mine. Hush.
Amen. Amen.
Exactly.
Now that is one of my favorites right there.
Exactly. So
the audacity to come on somebody else's page and do that, I just never understand how people think that's okay. That's like, just, you know what, I'm going to come into your doctor's office and pass out my cards and take all your patients. Like, who thinks that that's okay?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's crazy. And you know, the worst part is that, you know, I have no fear of competition, because I don't see it as competition. Angie knows that. We don't see each other's we don't see anybody's competition. But I don't fear, and I love the fact that people will come in here and read with us. I don't even have a problem there. It's like when you come on here, generally speaking, when we are doing something for free and you come on here and try to make it into a profit center for yourself, it just seems like, really, if you're going to do that, do it to other people who charge. but we don't. And we do private readings, don't get me wrong. But when we do this, it is because we are here and want to be here. And there is no profit center here. So it's like, if you're going to do that elsewhere. Do it to somebody who wants to charge, because they can deal with your ass. I don't want to deal with it.
Quinn, are you still here? I haven't heard from you, and I already pulled your cards out, so I hope that you are here.
Oh, I'm sure she is. Quinn usually sticks around.
So, well, if not, then we'll let you know you can come back in at about the 55-minute mark, just before the hour is through. But what I got for you was a 2 of Wands, which means planning. I thought it was a 3 of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. And they said you're not planning, like you're mulling over ideas, but you're not really planning any plan of action. You're not really making any strong moves. You're just kind of like, well, I could, or I could, or I could. You don't really seem to be having any real focus on where you want to go and what you want to do. And so that's one thing that they're saying. And then I got the King of Swords, but they're saying you're too quiet in your King of Swords. Like this King of Swords seems very, very subdued. Like usually they have the sword up in the air, they're wielding it, they're ready to go to work. This one seems a little bit more subdued, a little bit more quiet, like he's more in his thinking mind. And so I think that you're overthinking it. They said you're overthinking it just a little bit, and you're getting too much outside information. Like you're getting too many different opinions, and instead of it helping making you do your decision, it's all mixing together. It's like you're putting a red sock in a load of white laundry. You're getting your information from your higher power. You're praying, you're believing, you're asking, you're getting all this information, but you're also asking other people who are irrelevant to the situation or who are not a part of your situation, and it's clouding your judgment as to how you need to make your decisions going forward. You got two pages, and for me that's a good thing. That's a lot of information, that's a lot of speaking, that's a lot of your higher power coming in and talking to you. But are you listening? Are you ready for the information that they're sending to you? You got the Prince of Swords, and for me that is, or is that the Knight? Is that the Knight? The Prince is the Knight in this deck. Yeah, so the Prince is the Knight. It's not even it's not the page, it's the Prince. So that's action. So you got the Prince of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, which is that fast moving action. That means making decisions, getting movement. I like new movement. It's also kind of sometimes moving in haste, but it's movement. It's forward movement. It's that logical mind. It's that not necessarily intuition, but that logical thinking. Make it on it. So where you're really quiet here, they're on their way to give you some information to get some movement. Is how I see that. So this is the King of Swords just sitting there, and this is the Prince. This is that Knight coming in to give you some information, to give you some movement, to get things moving. But you need to decide who you're going to listen to. Are you going to listen to all the outside sources that are clouding your vision or clouding your judgment, or are you going to listen to your true source of information that's coming in for you? And then you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is steady, dependable, which is if abundance coming in. But it's that patience that you got to have, that slow movement where it's taking a little bit of time for your abundance to come in. So make the decisions or the plan as to what you want and how you want to move forward. And then the information will come in and to tell you how to get the action moving, how to get you moving forward. And then slow and steady, that dependability that you are known for, or being you, like who you normally are. You seem to be outside of who you are or acting in a way that is not like you. And so they want you to go back to that regular, patient, dependable you so that you can move forward in a positive mindset. So that's what I got for you.
Okay, Quinn, I drew 3 cards for you. And to be honest with you, it was kind of an interesting draw because as I look at them, I kind of had one thing in mind, and yet the story it kind of took me in a different direction. Okay, and so the most important thing, Quinn, is I'm curious. I'm wondering if the way I see it is I'm getting this feeling like I get a feeling like the job you're doing is really not, again, on your path, and you've gotten off your path. And again, this is the job, and this is the path, and this is the third card. So it's like, get back to your path. And so, and the question is are you ready? Because this Chariot says, get moving, get to it, get started. So I'm getting the message that, again, you're just not happy, you're not fulfilled, and it's the work environment or the work. Again, I just feel like you're not where you needed to be, and so you know what you got to do. You got to make some changes if you want to, because again, you got to get back to your path. Otherwise, that happiness is just that fulfillment. It's not just happiness; it's a fulfillment that you're missing, and it's like there's a void, an emptiness.
She's not her. But Don, if I remember correctly, she took a raise, she took a promotion at her job, and it ended up not being exactly what they told her it was going to be. So she's not happy about it. And we were telling her, and I think we've told her in the past, you need to get your resume out there. You need to look for other options because you could be making more. You could be more in a managerial position and doing something that you like to do. And so I guess that's what they're saying again. You need to plan on how you want to move forward. You're not happy. And like I said, they said she's not being her regular self. She's acting outside of her norm. And this is information coming in to help her get back on track. And so everything you're saying makes so much sense. Like they're kind of identical what we're saying. But you're talking about definitely that job situation. And if I'm pretty sure she took a promotion and she was not happy with it. Like they told her one thing, and when she got into it, it wasn't what she thought it was to be. But she isn't making the move to get out of that position. She's just kind of grinning and bearing it. And they're saying, no, if you want it to be different, then this is what you need to do in order to make it different. You need to make the plans to get to. A lot of times we have not, because we don't tell our higher power what we want. How do you want it? What do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What are the hours? What is the amount of money? So many times I'm doing a reading and I'll say, well, how much money do you want to make? And they're just like, I just want to make more money. Well, $5 is more money than you make. I am very specific in, I want this much or more. And I push it to the limits. I don't limit my higher power because my higher power has a full ton of resources. I'm limited in my scope, but in my higher power, they can give me whatever they want to give me. And so I'm going to act like it's a bottomless well, and they could just go in there and give me whatever I want.
Absolutely. Yep. Never set the ceiling. Set the floor. Yeah. Never set the ceiling. Yeah. Set the floor. What I mean by that is always come up with a minimum. Let spirit give you the max. But set a minimum. Say, I'll take nothing less than, but I'm okay and open to everything above. And so if you set your ceiling, then you've set your price. I mean, it's like, is that all you're worth? Sometimes we do not know our worth. Sometimes we have no idea what we are worth, or we have totally underestimated because for some reason it didn't fit our paradigm that has now shifted and we are no longer in that paradigm. And so again, folks, remember, set your floor. Say, this is the minimum I will take, and let the spirit bring you the maximum you can receive, whatever that may be. Don't set a top and say, this is, I only want. Well, damn. Really? Is that only? I mean, come on, think about it. Do you know what you just said?
And I used to be that, Don. That used to be me. Like, can I at least get? I just want to be able to, pay my bills and buy food for us. Now I want everything. I want the house. I want the car. I want the husband. I want it all. I want to travel. I want every single thing. And I want to increase because I have an unlimited resource in my higher power that is going to bless me. I just need to be grateful and believe that it's going to happen. Absolutely. You have not because you ask not. And so I'm always testing the limits. I'm always pushing the limits as to what I want. Like, give it all to me.
I believe in infinite abundance.
I'm okay with that too.
Yep. I believe in infinite abundance. I give thanks that my wants and needs are always met.
Oh, I like that. I give thanks that my wants and needs are always met.
I learned too. Yeah, it came on me this last week that there has to be thankfulness added to it, because you know what? We don't give thanks enough. And so we have to give thanks. And so I added that. And I think it helps.
We don't give thanks until we get it. Like, exactly. Now I got it. And so the other day I was in my car and something happened. And I said, you know what? I thank you. I thank you, universe, for my new vehicle. Like, I know that I'm going to get it. I haven't even got it. I know what I want, that was the one thing they were waiting on me to decide. Because remember, Don, I said, well, let me go to Don and tell him the options that I want. And Don, listen, if you want to know about cars, Don knows about everything. He gave me all the specs on the cars. I finally decided what I wanted. And so when my car started to do something that I didn't like, I didn't fuss and cuss and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's doing this. I said, you know what? I thank you, universe, for my new car. You're letting me know that it's time to move on and to get a new vehicle, and I'm ready for it. And I thank you. And so I actually welcomed it in before they even put the process in motion.
Yep.
Or where that I can see it's in motion. On the back end, it could have been in motion for months.
Absolutely. And folks, I've been posting in the QR codes. This is Angie and myself. I've been bouncing back and forth. If you are on my side, please go on Angie's side of YouTube and click the button, take the picture, go to the subscribe button, click the subscribe button, and then make sure the thing is set so where you get notices when Angie goes live. She and I do not go live all the time together. So if you want to get more experience, make sure if you're on my side, go to Angie's side, click on it, and make sure that you have connected to her and subscribed. If you're on Angie's side, I would ask you to do the same thing on mine. Come over to my YouTube, click on the subscribe, and make sure you have notices. Because again, I'm on different times as well as together with Angie, and therefore you get more opportunity by watching us and following all of us, you know. And again, all it takes is by clicking that button, and eventually, when you get that notice, you can determine if you want to watch or not. You just ignore it if you don't. But if you do, the good part is a lot of folks miss it because they don't have the notices. Yeah. This gives you the opportunity. So that's why I did that. I put it out there so you can see it.
And you have to click that bell sometimes and turn it off and turn it back on sometimes, because when they change the algorithm, a lot of people be like, I didn't even get the notification. So make sure that you're updating and clicking through, or at least watching us, once or twice a week, so that we stay within your algorithm and we're not
exactly. And Miss Bonnie, who we talked about, who's on Wednesday mornings with Julie and does the love readings. If you want love readings, please save them for her, not for me. Don't come here because I'm not so good at them. I don't want them. I don't like them. Bonnie does. This one here, right here, this calling one, that's Bonnie. And Bonnie loves love readings. She just loves
all over. I don't know how she puts up with it. I just be so, and she just be, Bonnie is excited about doing the love reading. Like she literally, there's a joy you can see when she's doing the cards and how she gets into it. And she likes to see what's going on in there. Like, tell me more. Like literally go to her page and just look at the readings that she does for the signs. Like she really enjoys it. But when we see love reading, we go,
Bonnie.
And Bonnie be like, wait a minute, let me just boop, 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 boop. And there you go. Boy, it be a stack of cards out there. Your reading be so in-depth. I'm telling you, you will love a love reading. And Bonnie comes on in the morning, on Wednesday morning. So we're Wednesday nights. Bonnie and Julie are Wednesday morning.
Yep.
I'm telling you. Yep. You won't be upset about it.
Exactly. And then there's Shauna, Naturally Divine Goddess. She's on Thursday mornings with me, and then on Monday mornings. Angie's on Sundays, along with sometimes with Sherry Berry, and sometimes with Alicia and a few other folks. So again, if you connect to one of us, that's not enough. Connect to the different ones. Okay. This was Julie. Julie goes with Bonnie on Wednesdays, Susan on Tuesdays, and Scott on Fridays. Yeah. So Julie is another one you may want to track and watch. And hers is Love Riot Warriors. And Julie is a sweetheart. And Julie takes every reading. She'll take love reading. She'll take bad reading. She'll take happy reading, sad reading. She does them all. She's all contented and happy.
She'll let you ask her the same question every single week for 14 weeks in a row.
Yeah, she's very patient, extremely patient.
I will not.
Exactly. So there you go, folks.
I don't know. Bonnie asked us when we're going to do the Friday night. We need to really talk about that because I really want to do the late night Friday thing. So we have to decide when we're going to do it, Miss Bonnie. So we'll talk about it and decide when we want to do it or what Friday night we have available. Y'all know I've been a world traveler, so not a world traveler, but a U.S. traveler. So I'm trying to settle down and get myself back in order, and so we can go ahead and do that Friday night.
Exactly.
All right.
Next is Brenda.
All right, Brenda Costner, are you still here? This isn't our Miss Brenda, is it?
No. Ours is Watts.
Okay.
Yeah. Brenda, okay, damn, I just got a really.
Oh, she's still here. All right now.
Yeah, I got some real strong energy on you, Brenda. Okay. Um, I don't know. I just feel like you're kind of under a lot of pressure right now, a lot of stress, and I feel like it's like I get the feeling, I get the feeling, and when I say feeling, it's like I don't feel it, but I just know it's there. But it's like I'm getting this feeling of enough already. So Brenda, when is your time? When have you planned to take your time? Take time, because I feel like you need me time. You need time to kind of vent, to release, to get away, and you haven't done it. When you need a vacation, you need to get away for a weekend. You need time away, because that's what I'm getting. That's the energy I'm getting, and so I would strongly suggest, Brenda, schedule some time for you. Schedule, even if it's a day away. Even get up in the morning and take off for a day or something. I get the feeling you need some time away. You need a time for yourself, because you're the last on the list. You're the last on the list, but the first to take care of everybody else. So it's time for you to give yourself a little bit of something special, something very special, something that, again, helps you to ground yourself. Also, when you do this, when you do that time alone, make sure that you go someplace where you can walk in the grass, or walk in dirt, walk in sand, walk on, and not walk on water, walk in water. Got to be careful there. That's a lot of
If
on.
you walk on water, teach me how to do that. Look good, Lord.
Exactly. I must have the wrong shoes, because it doesn't work for me. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm getting for you, Brenda. So Brenda, take the time. You need a me vacation. Okay. You need a me vacation.
That's funny. Today I saw this post that said, "Do any of y'all remember that chapter in the Bible where they taught you how to make water into wine?" Asking for a friend.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God. And listen, Miss Bonnie, if I come to Tennessee, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, where you at?" Because I want some barbecue. Don't Tennessee got good barbecue? That's funny.
Memphis has
Food.
brisket, not barbecue, brisket. Yeah. But hey, Bonnie, you can learn to make some mash, some Tennessee mash. Yeah, my uncle used to make some West Virginia mash, and it was like,
what is that? Is that like
moonshine?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Moonshine. That stuff will kick. And I will never forget. I laughed about it even to this day. It said, remember, his name was Uncle Snooks. Uncle Snooks lived at the end of the road, right? And so he could see the road. You start up off the road like this, and then you go down and you come back up. So if you're up on the hill with him, he can see everybody and anything that's happening along the road. He knows who's coming and going. And so it's interesting, when we went to visit him, my brother-in-law was very young. He hadn't even married my sister at that point. So that shows you how long ago it was. And Snooks, my Uncle Snooks, takes us into the basement, and we're downstairs as my brother-in-law, myself, my brother, my dad, and somebody else. And Uncle Snooks is like, "Hey, y'all want to try some shine?" My dad's like, "Yeah, I'll take a little bit," And my dad, and they're like, he's like, "Can the kids, can the boys have it?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, they want it."
How can you not? He called this shine. It don't even sound like a bad thing.
Exactly. Depending on your experience with it, that's the case. And how much. So anyway, so it was interesting. My Uncle Snooks warned my brother, my soon-to-be brother-in-law. He warned him. He said, "Be careful, because you don't want to kick it back. This is shine, And he's like, you're too young. You need to be able to make. So don't." Well, my brother-in-law was like, and he kicked it back, and within like a minute or so, down he went. He was just gone. It was like it hit him like a ton of bricks. And my Uncle Snooks looked and said, "Yep, that's what I warned you, city folk. City folk." Yes, moonshine will kick your ass, especially when it's done that way. I'm serious.
That's strong. That's listen, ain't no kind of FDA guidelines on that. Just whatever you get. You don't know if it's 100 proof, 80 proof. You just drink. Oh Lord.
Yeah, and there's some people that they even my mom always worried. She's like, "Don't touch that, because you can go blind." And not the blind. It's because the alcohol content is so strong that some people, if they get it wrong, they do go blind. It's like, and I just thought it was so funny.
Oh, then no, thank you at all. Azure Poltergeist said, "Hearing about barbecue makes me think about smoked kibasas on a bun. I mean, on a grill, on a bun with barbecue sauce put on it." Listen. All you gotta do is start talking about food, and I'm hungry already. My stomach just started growling as soon as I read kibasas on a grill. For Miss Brenda, I was trying to pull cards from you, and you're in a very masculine energy. You're in a very strong energy, but you also have a wall up. It's hard to get into your energy. And it's kind of like that push pull. They show me you holding a chain and trying to pull back some of your energy, trying to pull back some of your control. You're very much in a stance, not so much in the Seven of Wands where you're standing your ground, but in a very resistant, defiant energy where I'm just not going to agree to that. You're not going to keep pushing me. So I feel like you've been pushed over and over, and now you're standing here, not necessarily taking a stance in any direction. So I don't feel like you're standing your ground. You're just being defiant in that you're not going to push me around. You don't have any direction as to where you need to go. And you may need that rejuvenation that Don was talking about in that vacation. But you're in a very masculine, strong energy where you feel like you need to get your control back and where you need to kind of get your power back. And so they're saying that's a good thing, but be mindful of the stance that you take or the direction that you're taking. Like have a purpose to what you're doing. Don't just be defiant for the sake of being defiant or just for being like maybe a little bit petty or whatever. But you are in a very masculine energy, and it seems to be a little bit uncomfortable but joyous. Like you're enjoying the masculinity of it all, but you're also a little bit uncomfortable in it. And they're just saying, kind of find your balance and get yourself back on track. Maybe do a salt bath. Maybe go outside in nature. Don says that a lot of time. Take your shoes off and walk in the grass and just ground yourself. You seem to be a little bit off center, but it's all the things that are coming at you. Like I'm now seeing the Eight of Wands, but it's darts that are coming at you. All this stuff is coming at you, and not necessarily information, but a lot of issues that are coming at you, and you're trying to deal with them the best you can and hold your footing. But you seem to be taking a very strong masculine stance in what's going on. Is how I got it for you, Ms. Brenda.
Super. Well, hopefully that resonates with you. Next in line is Spencer. Spencer Rashida. Spencer Rashida, are you still here? Spencer?
Good morning. I mean, hello, Allison. Hello, Nat. Is it Natalie? Hello, Jody. True on the issues. Yeah, you do have a lot of issues that are coming at you. It's a lot going on in your life, and they're just saying, just kind of, and actually calling your higher power. Like you can shield your own self. I was just telling somebody the other day, I still sometimes make hold that little ball in my hand and put it completely over me and shield myself. So you may just need to like get a grounding or some kind of black obsidian. That is my go-to. Get a bracelet with black obsidian and put on, and it'll help kind of repel some of the negativity and keep people away that you don't want in your energy field. So I hope that helps, Brenda. Spencer said they are still here. Spencer is a male. Yes.
Usually Spencer, yeah. Well, usually, I don't know. I don't know. But usually Spencer tends to be a male name. But Rashida Spencer, maybe first name Rashida, last name Spencer.
Because I got kind of a feminine energy. Like they're showing me somebody walking out of the grocery store with a cart in their hand, female. Okay, because I'm like, I got a female energy. They were walking out of the grocery store, and this is from the perspective of somebody watching you as you walk out of the grocery store. So this is your higher power. You're kind of mindlessly not paying attention. They want you to be a little bit more aware and focused on your surroundings. So you're kind of walking out of the grocery store. You're like eating maybe a cookie or something that you just bought because you were hungry when you got in there. And so you bought a snack as you were walking out, and you're walking and you're not being aware. And this is your higher power watching you. It's a sunny day, so it's daytime, so it's still good energy, but they want you to be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. They also want you to be a little bit more aware of what you're thinking. Like your thoughts have a lot of power. And are you staying positive in your thoughts? Are you setting your intentions, or are you just letting they're saying like all this social media stuff kind of cloud your judgment, and they're saying be a little bit more focused and intentional on what you're thinking, because you're creating your reality. You're creating what you're wanting in life by what you're thinking as you're just mindlessly walking around, and you're missing information. Like you have a shield around you and you're oblivious to the information that your higher power is trying to give to you. It's like you're praying or you're saying, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. and they're trying to help you with this solution, and you're not receiving the information because there seems to be a dome or something that's over you, and it's not protecting you, it's just blocking out the information. And that dome seems to be like they're showing me like how they show the zeros and ones on the inside of a computer, and like social media and all this stuff is blocking out the natural flow of information that needs to come to you to help you to move forward, because they're saying your 2024 could be very powerful, but it's all of you getting focused now and getting your ducks in a row. They're literally showing me your ducks going like this. Like some are going that way, some are going that way, and they want you to get your ducks in a row so that they can help you lead you into the way that you need to be. You're just a little bit and you're not off center. You seem to be right in your center place. You're just not focused, and you're not receiving the information that your higher power is trying to give to you to help get you on there. But I do hear over and over again, powerful 2024, powerful 2024. And when it's powerful, that means you shape how you want it to be. Do you want it to be abundant? Do you want it to be filled with drama? Do you want it to be anxiety? Like, how do you want to move forward? You set the intentions mentally is how you're doing. Remember, everything that you see started in somebody's mind. These cards, this shirt, this everything started in the mind of somebody else and was created with them putting what's in their head into action. And so they want you to be a little bit more mindful and focused on how you want your 2024 to move forward. So that's what I got for you, Spencer. Or Rashida.
Rashida. Let me see what you get for Rashida.
Yes, there is a man yelling in the background, Stephanie. That is my son playing a game. And I keep telling him to quiet down. That's why you keep hearing me muted to tell him to quiet down. That is my son. I'm not hurting him. Nobody's hurting him. He's actually playing his video games with his friends on live on Xbox, and he's just ridiculously loud.
And it's funny because today I took a picture for Angie. Let me see if I can find. Oh, here it is. And I told Angie I should.
Oh, the gaming shirt. Yes.
Can't hear you. I'm gaming.
He has another one, and that's exactly it. He's so freaking loud. And so he has another one that says, I stopped my game for this, or something like that. Like, I buy him all those kind of gaming shirts and stuff like that. And he even has a rug that says gaming and stuff like that. But he gets very loud, and they get very animated because they go into whatever this metaverse is, and they're all in there battling together. And they're yelling at each other like, you didn't kill this person, or you didn't help me, or you didn't, because they're a team fighting another team inside this whatever world they're in. Exactly. And it gets very, very animated. And I'll be like, quiet down.
My youngest does it, and he's downstairs. And sometimes it gets so loud that when I'm doing this, I can hear him. I'm like, shut up. You know, it's like, yeah, they can get it.
Sometimes I have to say, hey, you're loud. I can hear you. You're very loud. But listen, when all of the boys are in a car together, like if I have them all in a car together, they are so respectful and so nice. Hi. I'm like, I was good. It was okay. They're so quiet. I said, well, when you're on that phone together, you're in there yelling like you're out there, you don't have nobody's business in mind, just loud and uncaged.
Yeah, my son used to wear the headgear too, the head thing.
Yeah, he does.
So they don't even know how loud they are.
Yeah. All of that.
Yeah. Spencer, Rashida Spencer. Let me see what I got for you, Rashida. Rashida, I see you again. I just get the energy that you're going through quite a bit right now, and I don't think it's coming to an end anytime soon. But you've got to continue to push through because you're the only one that can make it change. You're the only one who can make it happen. And this is a motion card. This is the fighting card. This is the motion card. So just keep pushing through. Keep forcing it through. Because again, if you want to see change, if you want to experience change, you've got to make the change. You can't expect anything else to be changing for you. That's not the energy that you own right now. That's not your energy. So again, those are the three cards to get with you. The most important thing is, again, keep pushing through. You are not over yet. You're not done yet. But you are coming closer to a point where things are going to shift. But that shift has not taken place yet. So keep doing it. Again, you're the only one that can do it. Keep pushing forward. And eventually you're going to get that breakthrough. Okay. When's it going to happen? Probably January. So again, all the stuff you're going through, it's going to continue to about January. That's what I'm seeing. Sorry, I cannot give you better news, but that's
kind of the same thing I was saying. They were saying that her 2024 could be so powerful, but it's kind of her finding that focus right now. and getting back on track and receiving the information that they're trying to give to her. She's a little bit too off focus and too much caught on, so on the things of the world, and she needs to just kind of find her grounding and her center. Literally listening to those affirmations at night when I go to sleep gives me a lot more peaceful dreams, gives me a lot more when I wake up in the morning, I'm a lot more positive. I'm ready to start my day. So just find you an affirmation video at night to listen to and just let it play while you're sleeping.
Absolutely. Next in line is Brianna Kittle. Brianna Kittle, are you still here? Brianna Kittle. After Brianna Kittle is Crystal Monique. So Crystal, also let me know if you are here. Brianna and Crystal, let me know if either one of you are still here. Do 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 do.
All right, so let's see.
Brianna, are you still here?
Hi,
Crystal.
Catherine. I've never heard your name before.
And then Susan Parker is after Crystal. So again, Brianna, Crystal, and Susan Parker. Are any of you here? I guess not. So let's see who else we move on then. After that, again, it was Brianna, Crystal, Susan, and then Tina Shelton and Jody Pins.
I think Jody's here because she kept asking if she made it to the list. So
Okay.
Jody, if you're still here, if any of you are still here who are asking, Susan Parker was Umber's friend. Tina Shelton is here. Did you call her name?
Tina. Yeah, Tina is after Susan and after Crystal and Brianna. So they're not here. We move on. Let me see if Tina was first or Jody was first in the list.
I think it was
Tina,
Jody.
then Jody. On the list, it was Tina and then Jody.
Oh, Susan's here too. Susan Parker's here.
Oh, Susan Parker. Okay, good. Susan, then you're
next. All right, Susan. I got to get that Peter Parker out of my head because all I can think of is Spider-Man. So I got to get past that and let me clear my little energy and make myself a little bit better right now. Because all I can see is Peter Parker, so I got to clear my energy a little bit. Oh, here it is. Let me, come clear. Listen, I keep this around, Dad. Listen, I really think it works. Sometimes I just have to be like, Lord, pull it together. Okay. All right. And if you have anything, you can go ahead, Don. I'm trying to get into her energy. I feel like she's on an adventure. So they show me her riding a bike with like a GoPro on her head, and she's riding, but she's looking down. She's not looking at what's coming ahead of her. She's moving really fast, and she's struggling. It's a little bit harder than she wants it to be. The terrain is a little bit harder, so she's feeling like she's struggling on her journey, and her mode of transportation seems to be something that she's chosen that is not something that is easy. A bike for me on a rocky road seems to be a very hard mode of transportation. And so you've chosen a mode of travel that is a very hard road for you to travel. And you're not even paying attention to what's ahead. You're looking down because the situation that you're in must be something that's a little bit heavy or something that is kind of got your spirits down right now. And they want you to move a little bit. They want you. Let me see what they want you to do because they're just showing me where you are mentally. Like you're on this journey, and they're saying at any time you can get off of this bike and get into another mode of transportation. Like you don't have to travel this road the way that you're traveling. It can be easier for you. Like if you want another mode of transportation, then ask for another mode of transportation. Like this bike seems to be something that is very hard to balance on, hard to navigate on over the rocky road that you're going through. And so you do feel like you are traveling on a journey that's a little bit harder than it has to be. And it does because it's your mode of transportation. If you were in a vehicle, and I do see that it's a long journey because they're showing me a road that's got hills and valleys, but your mode of transportation is your problem. How you're deciding to travel through this life. So that could be the relationships that you're traveling with, that could be the jobs that you're in, that could be where you are. You've chosen a vehicle of transportation for your future or to take you on this journey that just isn't feasible for the journey that you're on. So what you need to do is get off of the bicycle and into a vehicle, which is something that would be a lot more easier. It would insulate you. It would make the ride easier for you, and it would be faster, and it wouldn't take so much of your energy. Like I feel like you're spinning your wheels. You're working harder, not smarter. You're working a lot harder at this task or at this journey than you have to be. And if you just ask for assistance, like just ask the Lord, listen, can we do this another way? Can you show me another way? Can you help me? Can you move me on? Can you give me another way to travel this journey? Then they'll help you to move on forward and make it an easier journey for you. They're just literally waiting, like literally your guys are just kind of sitting there waiting on you to ask for whatever it is that you want or ask for assistance. Like they're ready at the, like it's like you've been wounded. You have all these wounds all over your body and they have everything you need and they're just waiting on you to ask them to come in and help them out, and you're not asking them for the help. And if you would come in and ask for the help, they will give you the assistance that you need, and this journey will be a lot easier for you. So that's what I got for Susan.
The first thing I got from Susan, I felt like a kick in the belly, like a kick in the stomach, and I felt like a void is there. And I don't know if it was, again, the first thought I thought is it was child or loss of child, because it's that feeling of emptiness, that void. And then I felt, I just feel like something is, there's a big void, a big emptiness there. But I'm trying to connect to see what that energy is. Again, my first thought was like a miscarriage or something. Have you had a miscarriage by chance, or did a child not come to term or something, or I just feel like there's this, again, it's like something empty or hollow there, something that was there and then missing.
Oh my gosh, Don. As you said that they showed me her she said yes, because they showed me her on a bike and she's just like, it's like you just said the right words and she just stopped on the bike and she put her head down and she just bust out in tears. That's how they.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Cause I feel that energy. And that was a yes, confirming child not making it to term. Susan, is that, just make sure we're not going off on a tangent there. I think that it's again, it's one of those feelings that, yeah, okay, thank you. And thanks for, allowing us to have this conversation. This is one of those things that I think that even when you move beyond it, it's there. Yeah, it's still there. It still resonates, and there's triggers. There's triggers when it comes again, when it comes back, and when it has a strength to it or a resonance with it. Resonance, not residence. Resonance with it. But I feel, this is something that it's interesting because we hear like you'll eventually get over it. You'll never get over it, and you don't need me to tell you that because I think you know that. What will happen is your experiences you'll eventually put it into perspective, and other experiences will be as gut wrenching or as debilitating as that one will be, and eventually it'll be put into in a category where it's a comparison situation, but nothing ever compares. But also know that there's nothing that would have changed the outcome. Nothing would have changed the outcome, and you need to know that more than anything else. And that's why they're bringing it to me. Is that young life was not meant to come to term, and that young life, that it served a purpose. I don't know exactly what purpose it was because I'm not been given privy. I'm not privy to that information.
She really wants to know why. That's what I kept hearing. Once
Right.
she confirmed, I kept hearing why,
Yeah.
and she won't let go of why it happened.
Yeah, and so know that again, you're it wouldn't have been any different. Nothing could have been different. And so know that the situation played out the way it did because it was meant to play out the way it did. And 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 let yourself off the hook and give yourself some peace of mind, some quiet consolation that again, that the energy, the child, the spirit that chose you for that short period, they chose you for a specific purpose because they know that you would be able to deal with it and so forth. So know that again, you were chosen, but you were chosen for a purpose, and it's not an easy role. And no matter what I say, it's not going to help it in any way. I totally get that. But know that know that it would not. There was never going to be a different outcome. Never going to be a different outcome. And know that again, there was a purpose for it. And I'm not meant to know what it is. You may eventually be knowing it is. Somebody else may actually eventually unlock that category. But I don't know. I don't know. Sorry.
I also got. She said that she has been she's been asking for help. They want you to be a little bit more specific. Like they show me the star card. Not only is it in the reverse, but it's flipped over. Like they're showing me the back. Like they showed me it's like this, and it's like you just threw it at that's like your hopes and dreams. You're not even asking for anything. You're not wishing for anything. You're not hoping for anything. You're in a slump, and all you're saying is that you just want help. But what do you want help for? How do you want to move forward? Like, give them something to work with. Where do you, is it some other place that you want to live? Because I feel like there's whatever, you don't feel connected to where you are anymore. Like your environment doesn't seem to be sustaining you in the way that you want to, and so you're not connected to your environment anymore. Like where you may have gone out for a leisurely walk, and you saw the trees and the growth and the whatever flowering buds that were on a tree, and you would enjoy that. Now it's just you walking through a gray abyss of nothingness, and you don't see anything. You don't see the joy, and you may just need a change of scenery. Like, what is it that you want different? Do you want to move to another town? Do you want to move to another city? Do you want another job? Do you want more fulfillment spiritually? What is it that you want? Just saying I want help, what you think you want help on and what they think you want help on might be something different. So you got to align. It's a co-creation. It's you going to your higher power and saying, I need help with this, or I don't know what I need help with, and help me to understand how I need to move forward. But being more specific and less in desperation about it. You've kind of just given up on the whole journey, and they're saying you're not even wishing or trying to hope for anything forward. You're just kind of floating through the days and not making any decisions or any kind of feeling any kind of joy. You're kind of numb right now. I feel really numb, like emotionless, and everything is gray. And when things are gray for me, usually it's because you need to color them in, but yours are gray because you're not seeing the color and beauty of the world because you're in such a slump. You don't have a cloud over you. It's not like there's some outside source bringing this in. You're just in a low state right now, and you just kind of need to find the way to ask your guides how to lift you up. And it could be therapy. It could be that you need therapy. They're not saying it's not that like you aren't asking for help or that you have to pull yourself out. It's just that you have to connect on a different on a different level with your spirit guides. You seem to be in a desperate place of just whatever you do, I'll take. Just however you help me. And they want you to be a little bit more specific. It's a co-creation. I always say that you talk to your guides, or even be real in there. I'm angry about this that happened. I'm unhappy with this has happened. I want this. You gave me this. And so it's okay to let them know exactly what the problem is so they can help you with it. But you're masking it, and you just kind of decided that to throw your hands up and not care about it at all. And they're saying, give us something to work with, or let us help you, but come to us in a different way. So that's what I got.
I would like to add, though, Susan, something you mentioned earlier that I saw pop up, and you said you felt that that's why you're in a slump. I would argue opposite. I would argue that is not why you're in a slump. I think when you wind up in a situation where where your energy level drops and where you go into a slump, your mind is now at that same energy level as that trauma that you experienced, as as that negative event in your life. And so again, for me, I don't think that I don't think the slump is caused by the grief. I think the grief comes in when the slump exists, because again, it seeps in, it comes in. So I think it's the opposite way around. Again, the grief finds you because your energy level drops and your vibration drops, and that's when grief will slip in again and again and again. So that's the first key to that. So again, I don't think the slump is attached to that. I think the slump has its own problems, and then the grief slips in. When it comes to getting out of the slump, I think that with your situation last year that shook up your life and put you through, I just felt like you had to. I think that, and again, you had a door last year. This is the visual of the image I was getting, and I had to dig for this card so I could show you. Again, last year everything changed for you. Everything shook, and it kind of broke you down to the core. And it's like, the choices that you had two doors, and the door that you thought was opening, the door that you thought was your experience didn't go that way. And I think that you're having a problem getting beyond that. And again, as you are dealing with that, as you are trying to find now which door to move ahead for, you have put yourself in a situation where you are paralyzed by.
What card is that down? I like that.
This is the Two of Wands.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the two of something. Okay. I like that.
And so I think from my energy, what I'm getting for this is that feeling of, again, being paralyzed and not wanting to make that choice. But you've got to shake this. You've got to find a way to shake this off. You've got to find a way to put it into perspective. Maybe one way to do it is to, again, sometimes, even if the direction that we move in is not the right direction, the movement itself is the catharsis. And so it is what will help you to move forward. And again, even if it's the wrong direction, so what? You change direction. You just change direction. But the movement itself is so much more important than getting it necessarily right. Now, you hope that it's right. Exactly. Yeah.
That's how she feels, like the Ten of Swords, like all of that is in her back, like all of these things are happening to her, and it's just broken her down. But
that 10 is also saying you're the end of the cycle, which is good.
Exactly. And then they wanted me to show her this, and I have to cover up the little breast because of Facebook. But this is all the different versions of her. This is the Nine of Wands. You're so broken. You're so, like, you need to pull all those people back together and put them back in there, because look at how they're all falling. And you're just, this is just pieces and fragments of you. Every time something happened to you, another one of you just fell. Like, see, all of those are dark, and this is still you. You're still under the light of your higher power, but you're feeling this. This is the life that you're living, and it's fragmenting you like this. It's just taking pieces of you and just pulling you down. And what you need to do is to ask your higher power to step in and to help you. Like, what is my next step? How do I get from where I am now, feeling low, depressed, or however it is that you're feeling, and saying, how do I get from where I am now to where I feel joy again? Help me to find joy again. Help me to find my next step again. What is my next step? Because sometimes we don't know what it is we need. And so you don't have to say, you know what, help me with my emotional grief. Help me with this get over this relationship. Maybe you don't know what to say. And so you say, how do I get from where I am now, where I'm feeling this low point, to where I find joy again? And then allow your higher power to do that. But also, I say over and over again, I don't always know what to release in the full moon. I release all that no longer serves me. That could be people, that could be places, that could be things, that could be strongholds, that could be memories, that could be whatever it is. I release all that no longer serves me. Why am I holding on to this grief? Why am I holding on to this relationship? Why am I holding on to this doom and gloom? I release all that no longer serves me, and I let the universe take it all away. It may be a day where I cry all day. It may be a day where I'm emotional. I recognize that my emotions are a little bit off center. I say, thank you. I release whatever it is that you're taking away. And then I move forward in positivity. And I even say that I thank you, universe, for whatever it is that you're pulling out of me, and I recognize that it's making me emotional. I move forward in positivity and gratitude for you taking the time to release that from me, or however you want to say it. Every time it happens, I don't say it the same way, but I do give them gratitude for removing it. I recognize that it's being removed and I release it and let it go. That is one of the things I do say. I let it go. Whatever it is, you can take it, it can go and allow me to move forward in positivity. So you just need to ask your higher power, how do I get from where I am now to a place of joy? And then after that, what's my next step? What am I going to do next? And just keep asking, what's your next step? Or how do I move forward productively while I heal? Different things that you can ask your spirit guides that help you to move forward and to get it without just saying, please help me. Because sometimes we just say, you know what, I'm helping, I'm sad, I'm whatever. But then you have to kind of give them some kind of things to help you. If a little kid comes crying to you and they're screaming and you don't know what's going on, what happened to you? Is it your hand? Is your foot? Is it your stomach? Did you fall? Did somebody push you down? You need to know what it is that you need help with so that I can help you. I'm the adult in this situation. I understand that you're in distress, you're screaming and crying, but where is the pain? How do I fix it? Do I put a Band-Aid on it? Do I kiss it? Do I, do I have to, just kind of hold you until you start crying? Where is the pain coming from? And so you have to identify the source of the pain so that I can help and heal wherever that source is. So that may be what you need to do.
And I would also suggest to you that in the past, you've somewhat associated, you have, oh, geez, please don't take it wrong, don't be insulted, but you allowed yourself to be defined by the man you're with in a relationship with you're in. And that you cannot do that again. That's a mistake that you made. Again, you are not the person you're with. You are not the relationship.
Oh my gosh, that card is beautiful.
Isn't it? It's amazing, right? It is. Okay, you've got to be that strength. So as you open this new door, this new time for your life, as you open and walk through this new thing, remember, you make it. Look at this. I love this. Look at this card because it's spinning the universe. You are in control of your universe. You are the manifester. This is a 3 of coins, but he's spinning the weave. He's weaving, it's amazing. So what I'm telling you is, as you move forward, and you need to move forward, you need to just spin the dial, start finding a way forward, moving forward, even through the pain, even through the hurt, through the frustration. Get yourself moving. Open the damn door. Open the door. And I don't care which doorway you choose. I do not care. Choose one. And then open that door, see what's coming, and then make it yours. Make it your energy. Make it your life. Make it your choice. And if you chose the wrong choice and you're moving in a direction you don't like, change your direction. But movement is the most important thing. So from this point forward, it's time for you to stop the bleeding with the emotions. Stop the energy of lost time and lost energy. Now it's time for you to put on your big girl pants. And I don't mean to be rude, but put on that big girl pants and say, you know what? I've got to start moving on, and no one will do this for me. It is me and me alone. And then again, open that door ever so slightly or big as you can. I don't care which way, but make sure you open that door. Again, that starts by choosing a direction, and then spin your way forward, so where that you create the environment and the situation that you want yourself to be in. And that is the way to start. Now, one more thing, look at this. I mean, look at these cards. I love these cards. I mean, look, this is not going to be an easy situation. You're going to have some times where, again, it gets a little thorny, but ultimately, again, it's going to lead you to a more fruitful time. And that's because you're moving forward. So move.
I also hear that she needs to get some amethyst. Like, she needs to bring in some positivity, some outside positivity, because she can't fully bring herself to it. She needs to bring in something. So maybe just get a bracelet that has some amethyst in it. So maybe you need something that absorbs the negativity, but also brings in some positivity. So maybe just get some amethyst and carry that with you. Miss Bonnie, do you know of any other stone that will give her positivity? Amethyst is very good for.
Well, the obsidian is protection too. The obsidian
is protection and keeping our negativity. Yep. And then that amethyst for me brings in.
The amethyst is good for the brain clarity. Yep.
Exactly, gives you that clarity. It can take
and
that
burn some Palo Santo.
Fog away. And that Palo Santo.
Burn that Palo Santo. Make sure you get that stuff moving around.
And you just need to cleanse your house fully, like in the mindset of, like, sometimes we can cleanse our house, and if we're still in that negative energy, maybe it's not cleansing. Maybe you need to cleanse yourself. Sometimes when I get my little cauldron out and I'm doing my little sage, listen, you know what? Maybe I got some negativity, and I'll just, because when I first met Tina and she was telling us how to do it, she was showing you how to cleanse yourself, like how to get that negativity off of you too. And so I sometimes just, let that sage be around me, or that Palo Santo around me. And sometimes you do need that energy from those other stones to help you with your changing your mood. And again, it's all a mindset thing. Sometimes if you don't have the power to do it yourself, bring in an outside source. I am so into that affirmations, like literally listening to them all night. And then in the morning I wake up and the last thing I hear is this person saying, I am so grateful that money flows to me from multiple sources, for multiple blah blah blah. And that's the last thing I hear when I open my eyes. And then I wake up and I'm just like, oh, money's coming my way. And that gives me a positivity for my day that I didn't have if I would have just woke up groggy, like, oh my gosh, now I gotta go to work. I'm thankful when I call in. I'm gonna get all the information I need today. My meetings are gonna go well today. And sometimes it's just setting the tone for your day. That is another thing that Tina taught us, our mentor. She has a meeting with her guys and say, look, this is what we got to deal with today. How are we going to deal with? She has a meeting with her higher power every single morning to set the tone of the day. And sometimes you just have to just say, you know what, today I am going to be positive. Every single time that I feel like I'm going to a negative space, please redirect me. Please help me to find a positive headspace. And then after a while, you're like, oh, it's been 3 days, it's been 5 days, it's been a month. Oh my gosh, my total, everything about my thinking is different. Like when that clicked in my head, Don noticed it immediately. He said, I can sense the change in you, Angie. I can see it. But it was a mindset change. We get into these slumps over time. We can't just on Monday decide to pray and then Tuesday is totally different. Sometimes it takes a series of steps to get us out of that mindset. And so, yes, put your big girl panties on and pull them up. But also that could just be deciding, I'm going to have a good day today. I'm gonna do the best that I can to have a good day today. And if the morning's good and the evening's a little bit worse, then tomorrow you try again, and you keep trying to have a good day every single day.
So and start with this every day. Say this as you mean it when you say it when you mean it, repeat it. And this affirmation will help to start you moving forward and dealing with the situation, and again moving forward. If you remember, you have to rewire your brain. This is the neuroplasticity of your brain is amazing, and therefore we can rewire it, we can change it, we can make it differently. We start with us, and then we change the energy that is us and around us, and therefore we affect our environment, we affect our universe, we affect the people around us as well as our own selves. It starts with you. So let's start with the neuroplasticity in your mind, using affirmations to change the world. So where from now on, when you walk out the door, you don't see that it's gloomy. You see that the sun is taking a break to give you an opportunity to not get sunburnt or something like that. Again, choosing an opportunity versus an obstacle. When you see an obstacle, if you find an opportunity in the obstacle, you've rewired your brain properly, so where you can now see things positively. Example, drive down the road, you have a blowout, you pull over, control blowout, you pull over safely off the side of the road and can replace the tire. You put on the tire. Okay, I'm late. I can't believe I had a blowout. This is the worst thing, and these damn tires and whatever. That's the obstacle. The opportunity is, thank goodness that my tire blew out and it let me pull over safely and no one was injured. And all I had to do was put another one on there and I'm good to go. Opportunity, obstacle, you decide. Neuroplasticity, you are human. You can rewire this. It starts with you. So let's move forward starting today with this affirmation. Say it the same time every day to make sure that it becomes a ritual. Say it like you mean it when you say it, or don't say it at all.
And use it as a mantra. I sometimes just say it over and over and over again. Like you get to that point where you're like, this gut. And I just keep saying it. And I just keep saying it until my energy is at a different level. I like what Bonnie said. I don't know if you can put that up. Remember, when you find an obstacle, your angels are holding you back so you don't run into the storm ahead. I love that. But Don, just like you said, it's an opportunity for you to move forward. Remember when I had that situation in the airport and I was all flustered about, oh my gosh, and then I had to remember, hey, you have a reserve of money where you can pay and get yourself out of the situation. There were times when you didn't have any money. Now you have it. Don't look at the negativity in the situation. Look at the positivity that you have the resource to take care of it. And once you change that perspective, it's like, wait a minute, okay, this is an opportunity for me to see many things. One, my growth and my abundance. Two, in my ability to get myself out of a situation that I didn't put myself in, and me having that reserve and knowing that my guides are there to help me. It was a totally different mindset change, but it was a tower moment that I needed to get me out of that lack mentality. I was so in lack, and so, I gotta save. I don't want to use this money. I gotta use this money. And they said, no, that's what it's there for. And it took me out of lack mentality and into an abundant mentality. And so now it's a different thing. So I needed that tower moment to get me into a different mindset.
Yep. So remember, you have the power. Remember, I showed you the 2 doors. I'm telling you, let's open up that blue door, leave the red door alone. Let's go to the blue door. Let's open it and let the sunshine in. And let's tell the world where we are wanting to be. Remember, tomorrow never comes. So when you do affirmations, you say what it is that you want, how you want to be, then, there, whatever. And then that is what you speak now. Because again, you speak now, bringing it into the present. Therefore, it will eventually become your present. So again, it's like when I say this, I believe in infinite abundance. I am forever thankful that my wants and needs are always met. Even if my wants and needs are not always met right now, I'm determined to tell the universe, you're going to do it. And they're going to eventually do it. And I must say that I am blessed. I don't want to jinx it, but I can tell you I am blessed, and my wants and needs do tend to be fulfilled. And that is because I tell the universe that's what I expect. And the universe says, you know what? You got your shit together. You got your energy lined up. You're telling me what you want. I'm throwing it at you because you're the easy one. I take care of you, and then the messy ones over here who don't know what they're doing, I got to take care of them later. And I'm the easy one. Help me out. And then I help myself. That's how I see it.
Azure Poltergeist, that's exactly what I said when he said red door, blue door. I thought red door, blue, or red pill, blue pill, just like the Matrix. So we're on the same thing. He said he was trying to lighten the mood and crack a joke, but that was my exact thought when he said red door, blue door. I thought red pill, blue pill, and I was going to say it, but I didn't want to jump into what he was saying. So we were on the same wavelength, Poltergeist. And just so you know, Poltergeist, for a while, I was obsessed with the Poltergeist movies. I don't know what it was that I was supposed to get out of it, but I watched 1, 2, and 3 over and over and over again. I was just obsessed with them for a minute, and I finally got it out of my system. But sometimes, you don't know why they're giving you that information. And I think it was for me to see the magic in it. Like, because I kept watching one over and over again. And I think it was to see the magic in it and the power of your mind to open doors and to open you up to realms that you aren't used to or that don't seem real to you. And so I think it gave me what I needed, but I was just obsessed with it. That's all I wanted to do was keep watching Poltergeist over and over and over. And I watched 1, 2, and 3. We know 3 is a hard one to watch, but 1 and 2, I just kept watching it over and over and over again. And I think that's what it was, to show me different realms that we could enter mentally that we're not used to in our regular reality.
Angie, this house is clean.
It's clean.
Tangina was her name. I loved her. And when she does that, she has that little piece of hair, and she's like, this house
is clean. I loved her. Listen, she came in with the fire, and she was like, you gonna do it my way or you're not gonna do it at all. Yeah. She was not playing. She was about this tall, and she was all power.
And when he tested her, when he was trying to be cute, and she's like, don't test me. I don't like that.
Oh, you're gonna make me want to go watch it again.
Yeah, I love that movie. Carol
Yes.
Ann, go to the light. Carol
Listen,
Ann,
I showed
go
that to
to
the
the
kids,
light.
and they were all into those Saw movies and all that scary stuff. I showed that to them, and they were like, "Whoa!" And that blew the pants off of them. They were scared of that movie, but they was in. They could watch Freddy Krueger and all that other stuff, and it didn't bother them at all. They saw that movie, and it took them to another level.
Yes, especially at the end when that house crumbles and just goes. It's like holy
Oh
crap!
my gosh! When it sucked that whole, he said, "You only remove the headstones. You never remove the body."
Yep, yep. Yeah, that is a
Oh my
freaky,
gosh,
freaky.
I love that movie. Hey, Angel, nice to see you in.
Angel, nice to see you in. Okay, next, let's see. We just did Susan, correct?
So yeah, it's Jody now. And Jody, we took such a long time, but Susan, I really, really hope that that helped you. I really hope that that lifted your spirits. I kind of get a little bit of shift in your energy, and you kind of feel like you have a direction. I feel like when you first came here, you didn't have any direction, and now I feel like you have a little bit of direction. You know, a little bit another way to like you have like, okay, I can do affirmations, I can do the crystals, I can do the salt outside the door. Put the salt outside your door too. That'll get rid of some of the negativity, and maybe that'll absorb it. Every time you walk in and out of your house, it'll absorb some of that negativity too. So try that salt outside your door. Don talks about that a lot. So that is something good that you talk about. But I feel like you have um, a very good understanding of what how you need to move forward. So I'm glad that you were able to get in and we were able to read you. And thanks, Umber, for recommending her. And I hope you come
Absolutely.
back. All right, Miss Jody. Let's see what's going on for Miss Jody. Oh my gosh. So I heard Prince Charming is on the way. So I don't know if you're married or not, but I heard Prince Charming is on the way. Um, when I asked if you're married, I heard a no. So are you not? So I'm getting no that you're not married. And then I heard Prince Charming is on the way, and they show like a man in the distance, a younger person. So maybe he's a little bit younger than you. A youthful spirit, a youthful energy to him that gets you out and helps you to be a little bit more adventurous. I feel like you've been a homebody for a little while, and they're wanting you to get out and about and just you are married or you are single, or maybe, and if you are married and this Prince Charming may just be the rekindling of your romance, but they told me no, but maybe you are. Wait, I gotta know. So you said I am. So oh, you are married. Okay. So maybe there's going to be a rejuvenation in that aspect, but I see you getting out and being a little bit more adventurous. Or maybe you're remembering that your husband used to be like a Prince Charming type person, and now they're not. And so they're saying Prince Charming is coming. Like this person is coming to rescue you because a Prince Charming comes to rescue you from a situation that you're in need. And so this person is coming, but they show me you getting out and about and enjoying your time and having a little bit more adventure, a little bit more fun. It's like you lost who you were. You lost that loving feeling, is what I'm hearing. And you lost who you are. Like you haven't dressed up and you haven't gone out and had a good time and just laughed from your gut. Like that is, you don't listen. Laughter is such a good vibration uplifter. And so they're showing me that you really are missing that joyous feeling, but you don't know how to get it back. And I feel like this season is going to be a good celebratory season for you to move forward. Um, and they're saying break the glass ceiling. So is there something at work that you're trying to be promoted to or move forward to? And you feel like there's nobody who looks like you in that area, and they're saying break the glass ceiling. They're literally showing me you just punching up and breaking the glass ceiling and being able to move forward. And my right hand is itching, and my grandmother always told me that right hand is money when it's itching. So maybe for me, I'm going to take that as abundance coming in or more money coming in for you. And so they're saying break the glass ceiling with like apply for whatever it is. Are you in a technology job or some job that has to do with computers in some way? Because they're showing me like cable cords and things like that. And when they show me that, it has something to do with computers or technology or social media that they're showing me for you. But they're saying break that glass ceiling and move forward in your career and you'll get whatever it is. And then I hear the word manager. So are you going for a manager position or something higher up in your life? And they're saying go for it, you'll get it, you're qualified for it, and you will move forward in that situation in that right. That's how they're showing it to me or what I'm getting for you. Gosh, my hand is really itching. So that's what I got down.
Okay. Jody, is Sean a male or a female? And does that resonate with you? I'm being told Sean. This is not somebody crossed over. This is just somebody energy around you. Sean, male or female? Jody. Oh, you don't. You got Don giggling. Jody.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, she responded. I can't see.
It says male and it says yes. It's just above or below probably for you, Angel's comment.
Yeah, it's not even. It doesn't show.
Next comment.
It's not showing up on mine. This damn system. Lord have mercy. Yes, it doesn't show anything. God darn it. Anyway, okay, so we know it's a male. Okay, and this is a son. So this is a son, right? Because I'm getting goatee. I'm getting goatee and goatee. Does he have a goatee? I don't get a full beard. I'm getting a goatee. Does he have a goatee or a full beard? And he has a daughter. The son has a daughter. Is that right? Because I'm getting daughter as well. Not your daughter. The son, Sean, has a daughter. Is that right?
She just said yes, so I don't know which question that is because you actually.
Sorry, you know me. I asked too many other way. Damn.
Listen, okay, type faster, people. Type faster.
So does Sean? First question, can you say yes? Yes to goatee, no to a daughter. Is that what you're saying? Or no to a goatee? Lord, I don't know. Okay. So Sean, let's do it this way. Can you type yes, Sean son, no, Sean not son? Can you do that for me? Let's be a little specific with your answers if you don't mind. Right doesn't help. Sorry, that might have come in before I spoke. So first, then yes, Sean is a son, right? Yes, son. Oh, okay. YES. Okay, good. Okay, now yes goatee or no goatee? No G, yes G. Sorry, folks. Because I'm getting a specific energy. I'm getting a face. You know, this is like I see this person like two masks. Okay, I see him kind of like a bike rider, a motorcycle rider, but I see him in a uniform. So I'm seeing a guy who is like a motorcycle rider and a uniform, and at the same time, like two different people. But he does so beard, yes, okay. So it is a beard, so it's a full beard, okay. And again, how does this fit the two? It's like a twin. It's like I get him like like a motorcycle rider, like somebody, but then in a uniform. Is he first responder? Because I'm getting uniform, first responder, not police. I don't get police. I'm getting more like EMT, fireman, that kind of thing. So is your son EMT or fireman, and is this the right one we're talking about? So yes, EMT, or yes, fireman, yes, or no, fireman, no. Yes, fireman. Okay, so we're on the right energy. So the no was he doesn't have a daughter, so because I was getting daughter. So with the no that you put in earlier, was that no daughter or no child? Because I was getting yes child, but it was yes daughter. So is it yes daughter, yes child, no daughter, no child? Him, by the way, his child. No kids. Okay. But so is he dating somebody with a kid? Because I'm really sensing I'm getting this darker haired woman, thin, and with a child. So is he dating somebody and maybe a child's coming that we don't know about? Or is he dating some woman who may have a child from another relationship? Or is he married and maybe a child is soon to come? Give me some, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting some child energy around. He's engaged. Okay. All right. Well, guess what's coming down the road? There you go. Thank you. I was like, Lord have mercy. Sorry, the delay makes it hard. No child. No, not child yet. No child yet. Don't say no child. No child yet. But the child is come. The engagement is come. The engagement. This is going. Yeah. Soon enough. Soon enough, Mom, Grandma, you're going to hear some news. Okay. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying immediately. But I was drawn to him, and I was drawn to his career. I was drawn to this, and I was talking about the marriage and the girlfriend. And there's the girlfriend who I talked about again. I see darker hair, and I see like a thin face. She's like a thinner face. Yeah. Does that resonate? Because again, this is who I'm seeing. But yeah, I'm seeing that soon enough you're going to be a grandma. That he's going to be a father, and it's going to be a daughter. His first child will be a daughter. Yes, she has. Okay, yes. So she is the girl I'm thinking. Yeah, then don't. Yeah, she's there. There's a child soon to come. Soon after. Just know that it's coming. Okay, know it, Grandma, and you're gonna have a granddaughter. So when it happens, let me know. Okay, confirm it. So there you go. That's what I'm getting. And so be happy. Celebrate this. This is a good union. This is a good choice for him. He was a little bit of a wild child. He actually kind of went off the rails a little bit at one point, is what I'm getting. And he's got his life back together. He really was a little bit of a wild child, is what I was getting. And he got his life back together, and he's just like, he really does seem to have it all together, and he is moving forward. She's helping him in that regard. So embrace that. Yes, he was. Of course he was. Of course, because I said it, of course. I had to be right. But no, I get that he was, and know that he is, that you're on the right, he's on the right path, and that she is good for him. And she may not fit every category that you like, and she may not check every box, but I'm telling you, she is a good one for him. So at least from what I'm seeing, and a grandchild will be coming on the way. Okay. So know that's the case, but a granddaughter, congratulations. Soon enough. Anything else, Angie?
No, that's it. That was good. I enjoy you unfolding the marriage scene. I'm like, oh, is he telling a secret that she must know? But I like it. And I kept having to mute because my son is just being outrageously loud in the background.
It's all good. Tina Shelton, are you here? Because you are next. Then it's Stacy O. Tina Shelton, Stacy O, and Sandra Velez in that order. Are any of you here, or have you walked away? So
she says she feels stuck at work, and that's what they were saying. Break that glass ceiling and move forward. Like, you need to go ahead and apply for whatever it is that you're trying to get to, and whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Like, they're saying, go forward, break that glass ceiling. You didn't tell me whether you were in technology or whether you were in anything that had to do with IT, but I definitely see that's how they're showing it to me. Like when they show me cable cords and like that. So I don't know. But they're definitely saying go ahead and move forward or seek something out different. You don't have to stay where you are.
But you need an energy shift, Jody. And I think that's why they're showing me Sean's situation and the wedding and the excitement around a wedding and the engagement, because I think that part of that is an energy shift for you by focusing on somebody else's good news and their movement forward, knowing that you have a son who has found his way forward, who is really working well. I think that that's part of the getting out of stuck, is that, again, and enjoy that energy. Well, again, enjoy their energy and then use that energy to energize yourself to be in a happier space, and therefore changing the environment around you. That will happen. Again, it starts with you. Remember, the neuroplasticity I just spoke about works for everybody. Retrain the brain. Retrain the brain. Retrain the brain. I'm serious. Yes, I remember you lost an older son. If I'm not mistaken, he was a car accident, if I'm not mistaken, because I still get his energy around me often. And it was the car accident, and on a curve, not a car. Was he on a motorcycle? But anyway, an accident, a vehicle accident. And I see the curve. I still see the curve to this day. Every time when you mention it, it just pops back in my head. I see that curve like this, and he went this way and not this way.
But I feel like he's asking, like, is this how you want to remember me? Like, are you dwelling on the loss of his life, or are you celebrating the life that he had? Because that's now how he wants you to remember him. He doesn't want you to remember him in the grief. If you were to pass on, would you want your family to remember you in their grief or in the joy that you brought to them? He wants you to remember him in the joy that he brought to you, not in the grief of him being taken away, because that kind of diminishes their life if the only thing you can think of is their grief. And they want you to kind of try to think of different things. Like it can be just as easy as just having a piece of cake on their birthday. Having us one of the things that and I'm a big Alison Dubois fan, and Don bought me her book, is she says set a plate for them at the table. That's what they want you to do. They don't want you to come to their graveside and cry over that empty graveside, because they're not there. Their energy is moved on to another level that we can't enjoy them in the physical, but they want you to celebrate them. Set a plate at the table, cook their favorite food. When you're feeling down, watch a show that you guys will watch together. Like when I'm not, the other day, I literally wanted a Sunday dinner, and I cooked that, and that reminded me of my grandmother, and I felt better. On her birthday, we go and have her favorite meal from like McDonald's, because she was a fillet of fish person and a fry, and we would go and have that, and then one of her favorite cakes. And me and my sisters did that separately. We celebrate the life that she had and the joy that she brought to us and the lessons that she was and some of the things that she said. And so that takes us from a negative space to a positive space. You're pressing down the memory of it because you don't want to remember the loss of it. But what he wants you to do is to celebrate the joy of his life. What did I do that brings you happiness? Do you remember the day that you brought me home from the hospital? Do you remember the day that I was born? Do you remember your pregnancy? Do you remember all the joy that I brought to you? That's what I want you to remember, not the day that you lost me. You're living in a memory that is playing over and over and over in your head like Groundhog Day, but it's grieving him because you won't move forward in life and find the joy in what it is. Think about how you would want your memory to be. Would you want them to remember you and how they lost you, or how they lived with you?
Jody, do you see what you just did? I'm changing energy here, but do you see what you just did though? You went from a good moment, a good energy moment with a son who is still on this side, a son whom everything you do and say can affect him in a very realistic way, and you went to a darker place. I mean, I get the feeling it's interesting because when you mentioned him, I see this image of a picture of, again, his gravesite or his accident site or something. And it's like, take that down and put a picture of him up, celebrate his life, not his ending. And it's like, but you went there when you're having a great moment. You went to a dark space. And I don't mean to chastise you, and I promise you I'm not yelling, even though part of me wants to just shake you and say, damn, look at the child you have in front of you, the child who has changed his life, the child who has come so far and who has made a change for the better and is really ready for the next step. And you've confirmed it by the marriage. And you went instead to that dark space all of a sudden. You went back to the dark space. Stop. You got to stop doing that. First and foremost, get rid of the pictures. It's like, he's showing me a picture on a wall or something, a picture, and it shows like the cross at the place where the road of the accident. It's like, get rid of that. He's like, Mom, get rid of that. Put a picture of me. Put a picture of me and celebrate my life. Put a picture of your children, the ones that are alive. Your time focused on this person who's passed is not beneficial to the children that you have on this side. Make sure that you give that child the love and appreciation, because again, that's the life you're forming now. That's the fully formed individual that you have to continue to grow with, and to make sure that you're giving him all he needs so that when he is in this relationship with this woman, that he can be fully involved with her, and therefore don't create a marital strife because he doesn't know how to love. He doesn't know how to release. He doesn't know how to move on. Don't do that for this child. Instead, show this child how you can move on. Show this child how you can release grief and then put it in a perspective. That's what I'm asking, Jody. And I know it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's a snap. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, at one point, you've got to say enough and remember to appreciate those who are here, because those are the ones that your behavior will affect. The other one,
she feels like if she forgets the accident, she'll lose him, but you won't. Remember, energy is never created or destroyed. It just changes form. So he's no longer in the physical body, but his energy is still there. You can still have a bowl of cereal with him in the morning. Like he literally shows me you putting a bowl of cereal on the table and him enjoying that bowl of cereal as a child. Because he's remembering the good times with you, and you're remembering you're forever stuck, like your life stopped when he had this accident, and you're forever stuck in that sad moment of him. And think about how you're grieving him on the other side. How can he not live a joyous life because you're not living a joyous life? He's showing me you fixing him a bowl of cereal and him sitting there having that bowl of cereal and you talking to him. He's showing me you letting him lick the spoon when you make a cake and eating some of that cake batter off of it. He's showing me the joy and you're reliving the pain. He wants you to understand you can still communicate with me. You can still have your moments with me. I just can't physically touch you, but I can still communicate with you. I can still be a part of your life. I can still have that joy. Share the laughter with me.
Celebrate the life, not the loss.
Yeah.
So celebrate the life, celebrate the happiness, the joy, the cheerful moments, the
And then
whatever.
she said the kids have moved out of state because they have a mother who has issues. Then if you want to draw them back to you, then you give gratitude. I am thankful for the time that I get to spend with my grandkids. I am thankful for the time. I am grateful that my children get to come back and visit me, or my grandchildren get to back and visit me. And you call that energy into you. Don't dwell on the fact that they've moved out of town and she won't let them come see you or whatever the issue is. Give gratitude and change the situation. I am grateful that that I get to see my grandkids. I am grateful that I get to see them grow up. I am grateful that I get telephone calls from them. I am grateful that they're inquiring about me, and just call in those things. When you give that gratitude, when you call those things in, it changes the atmosphere and draws those things into you. Believe me, I am very much a negative Nancy. I am very much a person who needed to see it before I believed it. And once I had that mindset change to more positivity and matter, I started giving gratitude for things. Like I said, my car started acting up the other day, and I was like, oh, you know what? I thank you, universe, for my new car. You're just letting me know that it's time to get rid of this one and to release whatever energy I have holding on to this and welcome in that new energy. So you call in the life that you want. You decide how you want to live your life, in the joy of his memory or in the pain of his loss, over and over and over again.
Yeah, remember, his life had so much more than just an ending. So celebrate the life. Use the neuroplasticity I talked about. Retrain the brain. Think positively and focus on the child that is here. Focus on that relationship. Focus on that engagement. And give them anything and everything you can to focus on that. And therefore celebrate life. Celebrate life, Jody. Give yourself that time.
It's okay to have that one cry. Like, you can have that cry. You're so afraid of the emotions that you're just bottling them up and you're holding on to the pain. The pain is real. The pain hurts. I can feel the pain, but you don't want to feel the real emotions. The only way that you're going to be able to release these emotions is to go ahead and walk through them. Have the tears, have that moment, and let it go ahead and ease on away so that you can replace them with joy. You want the joy of his memory, not the loss of his memory.
Exactly. Exactly. So Jody, we wish you well. We wish you always well. You're always visiting with us.
That may help you too. You may just need to go to a grief group too. And so they can help you in a way that maybe we're not explaining to you, and help you to see things in a different way. Just find a group, and it's never too late. I don't know how long it's been. Bonnie asked how long it has been since you've had the since you lost your son. But
About 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. If I remember when I read for the boy, because he came through one day. He came through a year ago, I think it was. It's been a while. But he'd been gone for like 10 years, I think. Is that right, Jody?
oh,
Like 10,
wow.
11 years?
And they're saying just go
it's
to
been
a
a while.
grief group that could help you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, 5 years. Okay, I was way off.
5 years.
I mean, I thought it
And
was
like
10.
Bonnie said, let the emotions out. Just go ahead. Go ahead and have that cry. Tell him you miss him. Tell the universe you're sad. Tell the universe you're angry. But that allows you to walk through those emotions. You're holding them in and not allowing them to go ahead and process through. Go ahead and tell your higher power exactly how you feel. I am angry that you took my son. I am sad that you took my grandkids away. I am overwhelmed with these emotions. Help me to walk through them. Help me to get on the other side of joy. And then see how everything starts to change in your life because you allow those tears to fall. You allow those emotions to that grief to go ahead and process through. And then now you're holding on to the joy and not the pain.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
Miss Tina, we're sorry about that, but she said she wants a reading. All right.
So
Oh,
Tina,
good, good, good. So that's a great start. Listen, Pam, isn't he so loud? She said Brenda is losing his game. Listen, they're just fussing and cussing at each other so loud in there. He's like, "Where are you at? Why aren't you helping me?" I can hear every word. You only hear the voice. I can hear the exact words that they're saying.
and since Angie moved houses, since you moved apartments, the proximity is a little different than it was before.
He's a lot louder. Yeah.
All right, Tina, you are next. Tina, are you still here? Did we lose you? Tina.
Okay, so let me see what Miss Tina Shelton has going on.
Oh. She's
They're
still here.
showing you layers of a foundation, like there's this layer and this layer and this layer and this layer. And I feel like it's your experiences that are laying your foundation, like they're building a new foundation for you. Like whatever your beliefs are or whatever your foundation was, it wasn't as stable, or they're building it in a new way. They're taking your experiences or your pains or your losses or whatever it is, and each one is a different layer. So they're showing it to me like this, and then they're putting another layer on, and then they're putting another layer on, and your foundation is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And when your foundation gets solid to the way that it needs to be, then you'll start building up into whatever it is it's supposed to be. But they're showing me they're rebuilding your foundation, they're reprogramming you, they're reorganizing your belief system, and they're saying to go with it, to lean into it. All those things and all those beliefs that you had, you seem to be kind of questioning whether they're real or true, or why you believe them, or how you want to move forward. And they're like, that's okay. Go ahead and explore those. Even if you decide to come back to what your belief system is, explore all the options that are available to you. I literally just had this conversation with somebody yesterday where I said religion was so restrictive to me because it told me the only way to it was through Christ, was through this, through that. And when I got to spirituality, I learned that there was a bigger opportunity, there was a bigger road or avenue for me to find my connection with my higher power. And they're saying, go ahead and explore those things. Don't be afraid of them. You're always anchored into your higher power. And every time you go in with the intention of, I'm just trying to find my way. I'm just trying to figure out what positive way I can move forward. So always ground yourself, always put that protection around you, and then feel okay to explore whatever it is that you think that you want to know. Getting information about something doesn't diminish one thing. So me studying Buddhism doesn't diminish Christianity. Me studying Islam doesn't diminish something else. So you know what I'm saying? So studying one thing or finding out about one other thing doesn't diminish the fact that you of the other thing. It gives you more of a comparison. It gives you more information to go on, and it gives you a different road or a different avenue. Like sometimes I'll pick different parts of different religions that I like, and I'll be like, oh, I like that they meditate here, and I like this principle that's here, and I like this golden rule here, and I put it all together, and it's a new foundation that I get to build based on what I believe, because I always question, do I believe because I've had this experience and I understand what I believe, or do I believe because this is how I grew up and everybody in our family was Baptist? And once I got old enough to figure it out on my own, I realized I believed because that's what my family did believe, or I believed because of fear of going to hell. And once I got over those fears and understood that I could explore and reach a higher level in spirituality, oh my gosh, my power to manifest, to connect, to understand, to have that relationship with my higher power opened up so well. So they're saying, don't be afraid of it. Go ahead and allow them to build that foundation on what makes sense to you and not on what makes sense to others or what's mainstream for others. What makes sense to you? What foundation do you want to build? And how do you want to go up higher, higher, higher? So that's what I got for Miss Tina. Hey, Miss Linda.
For me, what I'm getting, Tina, is something very much more mundane, and that is watch your finances over the next few weeks, because I feel that something is coming. It's going to be an expenditure that you hadn't planned for or scheduled for, and it could break the balancing of the budget. So you're going to have a minor. I wouldn't say an emergency, but again, a minor expenditure that has a little bit of a dollar sign to it, which can be a problem for your budget. So I would be watching my expenditures over the next month or two, and be careful not to overindulge, because again, I get the feeling like there is an expense popping up. It's going to be expense in reference to the house, but it's going to require you to take care of it, and you're going to need the money to do it. So just watch your finances for the next month or
I
two.
heard HVAC when you said that, like maybe it's a heating and cooling issue, so maybe that could be with it, and that is a powerful expense now. Ooh, and that is something that you do not want to happen. Like in no time of the year is it a good time to have a
Exactly.
heating and cooling issue, but that's kind of what I heard. I like that Bonnie said there are a lot of recovering Catholics. There is a lot of recovering religious people. I remember when Tina, our mentor, she did a healing on me, and she kept saying there's a lot of cement blocks that I were breaking up, and she said, "Did you have post-traumatic stress that you were dealing with?" And I said it was post-traumatic religious, like religion, dealing with all the trauma from being so suppressed in religion. And so again, go ahead and be okay with building a new foundation. Oh, she says she has a home warranty, so there you go. Maybe it'll just be something that she can just take care of, and it won't be an exorbitant amount, but it will be something that'll be a little bit of a pinch.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But be cautious with your finances over the next month or two.
Oh,
That's all.
she said she already has heat issues, and that's exactly what I heard with HVAC.
Yep.
She always have heat issues. Okay.
Exactly. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Next, let me see who is next. Next is going to be Stephanie O, Sandra Velez, Alina Karim, and then the last on the list is Alfonso Fuslier.
I
So
think that's that guy from England that comes in and changes his names a lot. If not, then it's somebody. But I've heard that name for the Alfonso person. I think we've read for him before in
mhm.
the past. If not, then I know on Sunday I think I've read for him.
So are any of those folks here? Stephanie O, Sandra, Elena, or Alphonse? Going once, going twice.
Hi, Shamanta. Hi, Cece.
I
I
don't think
hope
they're
you
here.
all like, subscribe,
Oh,
and
Sandra's
share.
here.
Oh, hello, hi, Monique. Who's here? Sandra. Okay.
Sandra's here. There you go. Do, 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 do,
They
do.
show me you climbing a rock wall. You have all the things, like all of the hooks and things that you need to climb are strategically placed to help you. Like there's an overabundance of things for you to pull up on. Yes, it is a hard climb up this rock wall, but all the things that you need in order to get your footing are right in place where they need to be. Like as soon as you put your reach out, there's something for you to grab on. Wherever you need to put your foot is wherever you need it to be. So everything is exactly where you need it to be in order for you to get up the wall. It is a hard climb, but they want you to know that you're moving up for one, and for two, everything is in place that you need. Your higher power hears you and is supplying all of your needs. And so they want you to have gratitude and knowing that they're supplying all of your needs. So that is the one thing that I'm getting, is that they do understand that this journey is a little bit difficult for you right now, and they are hearing your pleas and they are hearing your cries. They do show me you a little bit tearful at night or dealing with whatever situation it is, but they're showing me that even though it's a hard journey, they're supplying you with everything that you need to make it up this rock wall and to get through this negative or this kind of heavy situation. When you get to the top, there's like a bell or something that you get to ring or something that they're showing me. And when you read that, then you'll just go right, you'll just kind of ease on back down and get right back on solid ground, and everything will be different. Like there's kind of like a pot of gold that they're showing me at the end of your rainbow. Like once you make it up to the top, you ring that bell, and you get to that last journey, like you're at a 9, you're at a 9 of wands right now. So you're really, really tired, you're really, really worn out, and you're overwhelmed, and you just want this to be over. You're almost at that 10. And once you get to the 10 and you ring that bell, it's going to be an easy ride back down to the ground. And then your pot of gold is going to be right there waiting for you. And things are going to look out a lot different for you financially. They're showing me a pickup in your finances. This is well into 2024. I'm thinking like maybe March or April is how they're showing it to me. They're really showing me the 3. Did something happen to you in 2015? Because they're showing me 2015. So maybe something is happening, that something happened in 2015 that is now, like maybe you're dealing with the consequences of it now, but something happened in 2015 that you're dealing with now, because they showed me 2015 and they showed me March. So March will be the ending of whatever situation happened in 2015, and you'll be able to move forward a little bit easier, like they're loosening your belt a little bit. So I'm thinking there'll be a little bit more abundance. There'll be a little bit more money coming in. I'm not sure how it's going to come in. Are you thinking of starting a business? Are you thinking about bringing in another stream of income? Because I see that there's a row here, but I see that there's a bridging out here where a little bit more money could come in from somewhere else. And so that's how they're showing it to me. And that's what I got for you. So again, you're having a hard journey, but they're supplying all the tools that you need to make it up this rock wall. You'll get to the top. You're at the 9. You're almost at the 10. And then by March, you should be back down on solid footing, and your abundance will start to roll in. So that's what I got.
For me, I just feel like again, it's you're the 9 of Swords. So again, there's you still have a ways to go before things get smoothed out. And I'm looking at economics. I think economics have been a problem for you, and I think that the economic picture isn't going to change until after January. But again, the good part is January brings along relief, and along with that, a happier time, because again, the stress will be relieved. So I don't know if in January you're going to get like a December bonus, which helps bring bills current, or what the situation, but I do see that something is happening. Um, Something's happening that's going to change for you, so January becomes a better picture. But
Oh my
until
gosh,
January,
God, what she just said follows right along with what you were saying. She started a job in 2015 that she got fired from. So that's the ending that they're showing. You're almost at the end. And I saw March as the recovery, and you saw January as the change. So definitely in 2024.
Yep, that's when the shift happens. So know that the shift is coming, but you still have a little ways to go. But know that again, it is around the corner. Okay, that's what I'm getting.
Oh my gosh, that was so easy breezy. Her energy was so easy to get into. But what they really want you to focus on is your relief is coming. Like they and to let you know that it's been a struggle. Like I feel like you cry at night and you feel like your higher power does not know what you're going through. And they're saying, we know, we got you. We're sustaining you in this situation, and your relief is coming in 2024.
Super. Well, we are through with the list. So at this point, Angie, if there's somebody else, if you want to do 1 or 2 more, pick them from who is here, and we can go from there. 1 or 2 more, though.
Rolex said that this was their first time coming in.
Let's do that one
Wait,
then.
did we have Elena, or what was her name? Alina?
I thought, but when I called, nobody answered. But
She just said, I'm here as well.
oh, my bad.
Well,
Yes.
she's on 2 different sites too. She's on, looks like YouTube and Facebook.
Yep. Sorry, Lena. Yes, you are here. Sorry. When I called earlier, you didn't pop up. That's my bad.
You're welcome. Is it Sandra or Sandra? Sandra. I hope that helps you out, and I hope that gives you a positive outlook. Go ahead and just say thankful. Just be thankful. I am thankful for my new opportunity. Even if the employment meeting that you have tomorrow doesn't work out, go ahead and start. I'm thankful for the abundance that is coming to me. I'm thankful for my for my new cash flow, or however you need to say it in order to bring in that positivity. All right, I am here. So let's go with I am infinite. Oh, you know what? I remember you from earlier. That was another one of Umber's friends. I am infinite. Okay, Alina, let's see. Is it Alina? Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
So let me see what I get for So they show me different glasses of water, different clear glasses of water. They're cylinder shaped and they have different levels of water in it. Water for me is emotion, but they're clear. So there's don't seem to be any problems with it. So you're going through an emotional situation or several emotional things that you're dealing with, and it's in a glass, so it seems to be contained for me. Water in a glass is contained emotional situations that you're dealing with, or that you're dealing with. So let me see where they're going with this. Pour it out. They're saying pour the emotions out. Just pour it out and move on. So whatever emotional situations that you're dealing with, you seem to know what to do and how to do it. You're just not doing it. And they're literally showing me a glass and you just pouring it out like this, like pour it out. It's clear water in different size glasses. So again, water is emotion. It's contained in a glass, and they're saying just pour it out, pour it back out, give it back to the universe, and you don't have to put yourself in a drama. I don't feel like this is your emotional stuff, because if it was yours, I feel like it would be like an ocean or a river or something like this. These are contained because they're not yours, and you're about to put yourself in them. Like they showed me somebody with a red dye dropper, and you're just about to drop pieces of yourself into it. And they're saying you don't have to get into these emotional situations. You don't have to involve yourself in anybody else's drama at all. Just pour out the emotional stuff and move on. You can console somebody without becoming a part of the drama. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe you should say a positive affirmation, or maybe you can say a prayer for them, or maybe you can send energy to them. But they're saying do not get yourself wrapped up in the drama that these people are going through. And it's literally several different people. You seem to be a nice consoling ear to listen to. So people come to you with their drama and you want to fix it. You want to make it better for you. You're very much in your King of Swords. Well, logically, this is what you should do. Okay, you need car repairs, then let's look up some auto repair people. Let's find out who can help you fix it. You're a fixer, and they're saying you can help somebody along. You don't have to you don't have to fix it for them, but you also don't have to put yourself in the drama of it. You can console them, you can pray for them, you can give them direction, you can give them options, but you don't have to involve yourself in it and become a part of the problem, thinking that that's how you become the part of the solution. So they're saying do not get caught up in the drama. Allow it to keep moving on, because these are very heavy emotional situations that you don't need in your life. So that's what I got.
I'm picking up on a very strong energy. Are you somehow? Do you some? It's like I don't know. I get. Do you have some acquaintance or some friend that's in the Middle East that's involved in the conflict over there, and you're very worried about them? Were they one of the hostages, or were they somebody who was on the other side and like in Israel, who was again kind of like I get the feeling like there's an energy about that that's really drawn to you. And again, I'm feeling like there's a friend or an acquaintance or a family member who is somehow in that experience, and you're very worried for them. Does that resonate with you? Let me put the glasses on so I can see.
Nabrisha Archie, good to meet you. Can you stay for a minute? I have a message for you.
Alina, does any of that resonate with you? Are you still here? Did you leave that fast?
Exactly. She gave us a thumbs up and everything.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is that energy, don't worry about it. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Say, can you see? I don't know I don't have family, but okay. No, I think that you're going to be surprised. I think you do know somebody. I think there's somebody that's going to be coming to your attention soon that you know that is involved over there, and it's going to make things kind of land in a different way than you thought. So do not be surprised if you find out that news. Don't be shaken. Don't worry. They're going to be fine. Okay, that's the point. Is when you find out, you'll be shaken, but know that they're going to be fine. That's what I was meant to give you in the message. I see. I just feel like you're very socially conscious. And again, you hang around a lot of socially conscious people. One of those socially conscious people are there. Okay, and that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Angie, you said there was somebody else that
Nabrisha Archie. I heard don't go home. So are you thinking about like for the holiday, are you thinking about either going home or going on a different trip or going a different route? And they're telling me you don't have to go home. Don't go home. Go to wherever this other trip or journey is. That's how they're showing it to me. Like you'll have more fun. Like they're showing me a lot of they're showing me a different crowd. Like they're saying don't go home. Like those are literally the words that I saw when I looked at your name. Don't go home and take a different route. So are you contemplating, should I go home for family for the holiday, or should I go with friends, or should I do something else? And they're saying don't go home. You don't have to go that way. You don't really seem to have that energy pull to go to see family. And not that there's any issue or drama. Like you seem to be a person who is a little bit younger is how they're showing it to me. And they're saying, oh, go this other route. So whatever your second option is, or whatever your other option is, go and do that and have fun. It'll be a little bit more fun for you. It'll be a little bit more memorable for you. And it's not like you're slighting your family. It's just saying that maybe you should just go a different route than going home for the holidays and have this good time. Is it something to do with a ski trip or something? Because I see snow and they're showing me ski. So are you thinking about going on a ski trip or something? You got a birthday coming up. Okay, so they're saying, like, is there a ski trip that you were thinking about? Because they're showing me that and they're saying go that route. Like go and have fun, whatever it is, you don't have to go back home. So that's what I got for you. She says she got a birthday coming up, so I don't know. But they're making it seem like you don't have to go home and celebrate with family. Go the other route and celebrate with the friends or the acquaintances or whoever these people are. And they're showing me a ski trip.
you said you had a question. What is the question? I, re- I usually don't open a can of worms like this, but I'm going to do it because
That's
it's our
why I
last
didn't.
one.
That's why I didn't ask. I just gave them like they gave me a very specific message for her, and that's why I just went ahead and said what the message was.
Exactly.
Because I'm dangerously feeling like it's gonna be does such and such a love me.
Yeah, exactly. I was expecting, does the guy I saw 2 weeks ago on the subway through a light for 1 second, does he love me and will we have kids? It's like, no, no.
And that's why I just gave her exactly, exactly.
Ask them. Nabrisha, ask them. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have
So
mercy.
I gave you the message that they gave to me. Are you planning a ski trip, or are you having some kind of issue with thinking whether you should go home to be with family or whether you should go a different route? Is that what is that true? Is that because that's a message that I've clearly got for you? But is that true? And what I'm receiving for you, you have two options, and they're saying to take the section more fun option than going home to the family. And for this Dries 00723, the way you get on the list is that you just we've been on here for like almost 3 hours, and so the list closed a little while ago, and we're just kind of residually finishing up the last people that were on the list. I was planning a birthday party. Okay. And so they're saying go the more fun route. Like you don't really have to go home and plan like an anchor down party, go off and do a destination party or whatever you were thinking about. But they're really showing me skiing. So I don't know if that was something you was thinking about, but they were saying go ahead and do this fun, adventurous thing instead of going home or doing whatever it was that was going to anchor you down to family. Friends and love and fun seems to be the theme. Like go out and have fun. Is this a significant birthday, like a 21 or 25 or a 30 or something like that? Because it seems to be something very significant to why you're planning it. And they're saying, go all out. You listen, was it YOLO? You only live once. Do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you want to do out there. And
Absolutely.
stop worrying about this guy, whether they like you. You know whether somebody likes you. If you have a coworker and you ask your coworker, or they turn up their nose, or their energy seems different, you know when somebody likes you or don't like you. If I come to my coworker and they always and they have an attitude, or they don't want to talk to me, or there's a different amount of energy, you know how to read people. When it comes to a penis, you still read the same. You still read the penis the same way. If you're asking me if this person likes you, then they're not giving you any hints. When a guy likes you, he calls you, he texts you, he wants to spend time with you, he wants to be around you. If you're not getting that vibe, if you have to question whether this person likes you, they don't. And let me tell you where I got that from: a man who was online. I think it was Jamal Bryant. He said, if you're wondering if somebody likes you, they don't, because you don't have to wonder if they do. They make it known that they like you by doing things for you. They talk to you. They text you. They're interested in you. There's a guy I just met online. I know that he likes me. You know why? Because he tells me repeatedly all day, I like you. I think you're beautiful. I can't wait to go on a date with you. He says it over and over and over and over again. We really just met. So if somebody likes you, they'll tell you, they'll give you that vibe. We're too old to be dealing with, oh, well, I think he kind of likes me. He looked at me the other day and I thought that he was smiling with his eyes. We're adults. Speak up or forever hold your peace. Lose the opportunity with me. If they like you, you'll know that they like you. And that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely, absolutely. With that said, we are done, folks. Don't forget, if you're in a situation where you need your energy raised, don't make sure you have some Palo Santo around. Burn some Palo Santo. That'll get your energy raised up. Watch some comedy that makes you totally laugh, because that will do it. Also, again, to the bells, they wonder that tune. It will raise those vibrations. Again, you are in control of your feelings. You're in control of your emotions. You're in control of that. Take control, use the control. Don't surrender to any of that stuff. Make sure that you use the things around you that can help you raise it up, because again, it starts with you. It starts with you. If you start your morning in a bad way, and when you connect with other people, you get in a bad energy, guess what you're going to get back? Bad energy. So again, it starts with you. All right. With that said, Angie, great evening, great energy tonight. And thanks everybody for giving us that blessing of bringing the energy with you. That's so important. It really is. So what you got planned for the weekend, Angie? Anything exciting?
Don, I don't even know. Let me think about it. What's this weekend? Thus far, I don't think I have anything planned. Now, next weekend, I'm going to see Wanda Sykes because she's coming to Stand Up Live. So I'm going to see her with Keena. And then I think they're going to Williamson. So I'm just kind of we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna relax a little bit.
You've had a number of weekends recently where it's like been crazy. So I think you need a break.
So I don't think that I have anything planned this weekend, but you never know. I do have an old friend who's been trying to get not an old friend, but somebody her son used to play soccer with Brandon, and we've been meaning to go out for brunch, and so I might just invite her out for brunch, and we may just do that early on a Saturday and get that done. But otherwise, I don't have anything actually planned.
Super. Well, don't forget, folks, 11/11 portal. That is Saturday, 11/11 portal. If you haven't had a reading in a while, get a reading lined up with somebody whom you're comfortable with and trust. Make sure you get a good reading on that day. The energy will be outrageously crazy. Linda, yeah, Ava's 89th birthday celebration was great. Ava is my mother-in-law. She turned 89, and we went out to dinner and had a great dinner with her, and she enjoyed herself very much. She's 89 going on 69. I mean, she's young and energy.
Listen, she got more energy than me. Listen,
she's something.
When I say she can party and that little wine, we hear me and her.
Exactly. And when at the celebration in New Orleans, she was out there grooving for hours. Like, damn, Ava
she got us all on the dance floor. Literally, all those videos that I posted on YouTube of us dancing, that's because Ava was out there dancing, and we all got out there with her to dance with her. Yep. She got the party started. She did not care at all.
No, she was jamming. This was her at the. Let's see if I can. You can see it. That's her and my son at her celebration for her party for this weekend. So yeah, she was in a good mood, and and this is another one. She was glowing. Look at her. She's glowing.
Oh my gosh.
89, and she goes to Zumba 3 to 4 times a week. She goes to Zumba, folks.
With her. I can't Zumba 3 times a week. Do you know how much energy it takes to do Zumba? And coordination? Lord.
Yes. Yep. And she's out there doing it. So no, she had a great time. Thank you for asking, Linda, by the way. And good to see you in, by the way, Linda. I didn't see you in earlier. So good to see you in. Tell your daughters I said hello, by the way. I love your daughters. So Yeah, and actually, Linda spent some time with Ava because Linda stayed in the VRBO with Ava and the rest, some of the other family members. And I said, don't blame me for that. Don't blame me for the family, because my family can be kind of crazy sometimes. But with that said, Saturday, Portal, 11/11. Make sure you get out there and make sure that you, if you go get a reading, go get an energy healing, get
Play the
something.
lottery.
Play the lottery, exactly. Live the day.
Somebody in Scottsdale won. They had $100,000 ticket.
In
And
Fountain
I don't
Hills.
know if it was you. Was it you? Was it you? Did you win?
I have a ticket, but I haven't checked it yet. But it wasn't. But it was supposed to be in Fountain Hills.
It was one. They announced the store that it was in Fountain Hills, and somebody won this past weekend. They played, and they haven't checked their ticket, and it was $100,000, and it had like a mega flyer or something on it. They gave
50,000 more.
50,000.
Yep. And they it's interesting because that gas station right down down the hill in Fountain Hills has already had one of the big lottery winners. So they've already had some success there. I used to go there and get my ticket.
Come out there and buy my ticket.
I'm telling you. And then also the deli station, the deli station right here is a really cool place to eat. They make their own bread, so their deli sandwiches are made from their own bread, which is amazing. And they had a lottery winner too. So when the pot gets big, I go there and get my tickets because I'm like, it's going to strike twice.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
it's time for me to buy another ticket too. So
if you are in Phoenix this weekend on 11/11 at Awakenings Bookstore on Thunderbird and 52nd Avenue, I will be there with a bunch of folks doing a psychic fair. So you get readings and so forth there, healings, readings, and just a good time to be had by all. There is no fee for the psychic fair to enter. The entrance is free, but you pay for readings or whatever. And the readings are discounted because of the fair, and that's why you get a cheaper reading. But it does not take away from the quality of the reading because we don't take away from the quality. You just don't pay as much as you usually would. So
Miss Lavita told me that she's going to be presenting.
Yes.
Oh my God, she's nervous. I said, look, once you get up there and start talking, you won't even notice it anymore. You'll just be live and it'll just be normal like you're talking to us. But I'm excited for her.
Yes. She's definitely come a long way from when we started with her in class. Remember? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, she was so cute as a button and just
yeah.
She's still cute as a button, but she's standing in her power. I love her.
She is indeed. And if you all want to follow Lavita, I have a thing here for Lavita as well.
Lavita, I think that's what she says.
Where is Lavita's? Living La Vida Loca. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I have so many different little things.
She traveled to Colorado by herself to go see Lauryn Hill. And that's tricky just because it's Lauryn Hill. You don't even know if she's going to show up.
Exactly. Or show up late or whatever.
She said she was 2 hours late, but she enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yep. There's Lavita's. Y'all check out Lavita. Follow her too because she's amazing. Her skill set is amazing. And Lavita and her sister was at the party with us. And Lavita, her sister, and Umber, all three were filming in a room that Angie and I were sitting in having a conversation about a spirit we're connecting to. And they're filming. And Lavita and her sister picked up on their cell phones all this light energy that was just crazy that and we were not using flash. No one had flash. No one had nothing. It was just them with their cameras, following, and they're amazing. So again, it's very cool to experience that situation. And Lavita is that person. So again, she's somebody to follow. Definitely. But with that said, we're out of here. Angie, once again, have a great weekend. Tell Kina I said hello, by the way. I haven't seen her in a while. We need to get her on here or something.
Yeah, she is so rebellious. She is just mad at her guys or just but she's coming along.
Kina is Angie's sister, for those of you who don't know.
I'm gonna hit her in the back of the head with some sage.
She's something else. It's funny because Kina came when Angie came over to visit with a spirit that was in my house. Kina came, but Kina came for the food. Kina didn't come for the spirit.
She didn't care about the spirit at all. And then she was like, and Don, what is this? What did you make? Can I take some home? Yep.
Yeah, Angie went this way to the spirit. Kina went this way to the dining room and kitchen to get some food. Yeah. She's like, Angie, you continue. I'm going to sit here and eat. She's
Exactly.
a sweetheart, though. So,
And it was good. If y'all don't know, Don can cook. He can cook,
Okay.
and he loves to cook.
but with that said, again, thanks everybody for coming in. Thanks for giving us great energy. We truly do appreciate it. I'll be back in the morning, by the way, for readings in the morning with Shauna. Yeah. And again, it starts 7 a.m. Arizona time, which is now Mountain time, I think, because I think it already moved. So there you go. So we'll be back at that time. It's the same for Shauna. Her time doesn't change. Everybody else's time doesn't change, just mine. So we're good. I think. No, it doesn't. It does change, does it? I don't know. I'm lost. Anyway, it does change.
Well, the only difference is it's 2 hours in between. So where it was like probably 7 for us and 10 for her, it'll be, or is it 8 for us and 10 for her now?
So now it'll be
8 and 10 for us.
Well, no, I'm
It'll
starting
be
at
8
7,
for
so it
us?
should be at 9. So they'll start at 9 on the East Coast, 9 a.m. Yeah. Starting a little earlier,
Right, well, cool.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Angie. We will talk to you all later. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great one. And let's see if I can get this thing to work to get us out of here. Let me see the exit. Is the exit here? Maybe not. We'll see.